So using this equation we get this value, and using this equation we get this value. Work done to bring negative charge. Now what will be the value of normal reaction?
So Na2S react with, and how many moles are formed? Plus 0.2.
Sin x power 99 and cos x are a good pair because that's very easily integrable. Now if the area is given to you as 98 equals to 0, so I'll get two values of x. X is equal to 1 or x is equal to minus.
Hi everyone, this is Nishant Sharma, and today we'll be discussing your test. I hope आपका test you have done very good in the test. Let's discuss all the questions. So the first question was, a small ball is suspended in a cart moving with a uniform acceleration by two identical inextensible cords A and B. If the tension in the cord A is twice that in cord B, then A will be. Now you need to figure out the acceleration. Okay. So now the scenario is, see, this ball will be having weight in the vertically downward direction, and a pseudo force will be acting on this ball also. That is ma. The pseudo force will be in the opposite direction to the acceleration of the system, right? So these two forces are there. Now the tensions will be acting, and what they have given us, they have told us that in cord A the tension is twice that in cord B. Means if the tension in B is T, then the tension in A will be 2T, right? So now let's figure out how to solve this question. We know that this system will be in equilibrium, this ball will be in equilibrium, so we will find out the components of the tensions. The components of the tension in the upward direction will be, first one will be, see, let's draw a perpendicular over here. This angle will be 30 degree, and if this is 30 degree, then in this direction T cos 30 and 2T cos 30 will be acting, and in this direction there is ma plus T sin 30, and in this direction 2T sin 30 will be there, and weight will be acting in the vertically downward direction. So in the x-axis we can say, in y-axis let's apply equilibrium. In y-axis T cos 30 plus 2T cos 30 will be balancing the weight, and in the horizontal axis ma plus T sin 30 will be equal to 2T sin 30. So using these two we can find out the value of A. Let's figure out. This equation can be written as T cos 30 is root 3 by 2 plus, rather this will become, just a second, this is T cos 30, this is 2T cos 30, it will become 3T cos 30, and cos 30 is nothing but it will be equal to cos 30 will be root 3 by 2. Yes, 3T cos 30 will be root 3 by 2 equal to mg, and over here and we can say that ma will be nothing but it will be equal to T sin 30. Sin 30 is T by 2. So using this equation we get this value, and using this equation we get this value. Now we can divide these two values and these two equations. Let's divide these two. I'm keeping mg in this direction, and 3T root 3 by 2 will be keeping over here. Now divide these two equations. What we will get, A by G will be equal to, see, T by 2 and T by 2 will be cancelled out, and what we will get, we'll get 3 root 3. So A will be nothing but it will be equal to G by 3 root 3. So this is the answer. C option will be the correct answer. Right? So this is the way of solving this question. Let's move to the next question. If wavelength of photon of energy equal to energy difference of two consecutive photons in Lyman's series of hydrogen atom is calculated, how many of these wavelengths will fall in visible region? See, in the case of Lyman series, we know that ultraviolet light is ejected, but we have to use Lyman series transition. So we can say that from the third orbit to the second, the transition will be of this will be nothing but Balmer series. Okay, but from third to second, the transition, the energy difference will be lying in the visible region, right? Because we know that in Balmer region, in Balmer series, we know that visible region appears. Okay, visible light appears. So we can say only one transition can happen, that is from third to second. Okay, so yes, D option is the correct answer. Let's move to the next one. The next question is, stopping potential of a photocell does not depend on which of these factors? On what factors it does not depend? Okay, on what factors stopping potential does not depend? Frequency of incident light, it depends, right? Because more is the frequency of photon, more is the energy of the photon, so more will be the stopping potential. Distance between cathode and anode, no, it does not depend on this. So this is the factor in which it does not depend. Types of materials of electrode on which the light is falling, definitely it depends on the type, right? So type of material of electrode on which the light is not falling, light is not falling on anode. So this is correct, means this is the factor on which the stopping potential does not depend. And intensity of light, we know that stopping potential just depends on the energy of the photon, so it has nothing to do with the intensity. So this is also a factor on which it does not depend. So which option we are getting? We are getting C option as the answer. So let's see. Yes, C option is the answer. So second means distance between anode and cathode, the type of material of electrode on which light is not falling, and intensity of light. These are the three factors on which the stopping potential does not depend. Let's move to the next one. Two plano-convex lenses, each of focal length 10 cm and refractive index 3/2, are placed as shown. If in the space left water is filled, the whole arrangement is in air. The optical power of the system we need to figure out. So we know the optical power will be nothing but it will be, see, it consists of three lenses basically. One is plano-convex, second one is concave lens, and the third one is plano-convex. Now power, we can say we can get by adding all the powers of the three lenses, right? So let's figure out what will be the power of these three lenses. So first, let's talk about plano convex lens. So in the case of plano convex lens, the focal length what we will be getting will be equal to, we can apply lens maker's formula. So the lens maker's formula is this, right? So the refractive index of glass for plano convex lens is 3/2. Focal length is already given, that is 10 centimeter. For plano convex first, the radius of curvature will be infinity, and for second it will be, suppose r is the radius of curvature, minus r. So now this will, we will get over here 1/2, 1/10 into 1/r. So from here the radius of curvature we get, the radius of curvature is nothing but 5 centimeter, right? Now radius of curvature is actually required to find out the focal length of this biconcave lens. So let's figure out, for the biconcave lens, the focal length of biconcave lens will be what? Let's figure out. The refractive index of water is 4/3 minus 1 into biconcave lens. So R1 will be negative, minus 1/5 minus the R2 will be positive 1/5. This implies that focal length what we will get will be nothing but it will be equal to 4/3 minus 1, that is 1/3, and minus 2/5, minus 2/5 into 1/3, right? So the focal length we are getting, let's add up another slide. The focal length what we have got for concave lens is nothing but 2/15, right, with negative sign. Obviously the focal length of this will be in negative. Now let's figure out the effective focal length of the whole setup. Effective focal length will be nothing but it will be equal to the focal length of plano convex is 10 centimeter. So 1/10 minus 2/15 plus 1/10, right? Let's deal with it. What we will be getting over here, suppose 30, let's take the LCM. So this is 3 minus 4 plus 3 2 by 30 1 upon f effective focal length is coming out to be equal to 15 centimeter, but we need to figure out the power. So power is, as the focal length is in 15 centimeters, so 100 by 15 will be the power in diopter, and the value which we will get is, we can divide this by 5, so 20 by 3 diopter has to be the power. Okay, the 20 by 3 is nothing but 6.67 diopter, correct? So the option A is correct. So this is the way of solving this question. Let's move to another portion. Yes, two coherent point sources emitting light of wavelength lambda are placed at a separation of 4 lambda along positive y-axis. So there are two sources which have 4 lambda distance between them. So suppose these are the two sources A and B, right? The number of minima detected by detector which is traveling from minus infinity to plus infinity along x-axis. Okay, so along x-axis the detector is moving. Okay, so from here we can see first of all we need to find out the number of minimas and the maximum path difference between the sources and the between the waves of the sources can be 4 lambda. The path difference can be 4 lambda. This is the maximum path difference, but as 4 lambda is the multiple of wavelength lambda, so this will create a constructive interference, but we need to figure out the number of minima. So we will be interested in the maximum path difference which can create the minima, that will be nothing but 3.5 lambda, right? 3.5 lambda will be the path difference which will be the reason for creating minima. Okay, so let's figure out for this value of path difference what which minima we get. So the condition of minima is 2n minus 1 lambda by 2, and 3.5 can be written as 7 by 2. So lambda and lambda will be cancelled out, 2 and 2 will be cancelled out, 7 will be coming out to be equal to 2n minus 1, which is 8 equal to 2n, and n is coming out to be equal to 4. So the fourth minima is created by, fourth minima will be the maximum number of minima which will be created on one side. Similarly on the other side also the four minimas will be created. So overall 8 minimas will be involved. Okay, so yes, the answer will be C option. This is the way of solving this question. In a new system of units, units of mass become 10 kg, unit of length become 5 meter, and unit of time become 1 second. Then what will be the unit of force in this new system of unit? Okay, no problem at all. Very easy question. We know we need to find out the unit of force. Now the dimensional formula of force is m1 L1 T minus 2. The units which we need to use in the new system of unit are, for mass it is 10 kg, for length it is 5 meter, and as power is 1, so we need not to worry, the powers will be same, and second as it is will be used. So now we can see that 50 is the numerical unit which we are getting, and kilogram meter per second square, it is the value which we are getting finally. So the, according to the new system of unit, the value will be 50 Newton. Okay, so B option will be the correct answer. It's very easy question. Yes, B option is the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. The equation of simple harmonic wave is given by this equation, where x and y are in meters and t is in seconds, the ratio of maximum particle velocity to the wave velocity. Okay, maximum particle velocity, Vp max, yeah, V max P, can be written as A omega, right? Over here we can see that omega will be, A is 3 and omega will be how much? It will be equal to pi by 2 into 50. Right, as you can see from the equation, we can rewrite this equation. This equation can be written as a sine. Let's multiply pi by 2 inside, and then 50 into pi by 2 t minus pi by 2 x. Now you can compare this equation with a sine omega t minus kx, right? So from here we can find out that omega is nothing but it is 50 pi by 2, 50 pi by 2, and amplitude is 3. So this is the maximum particle velocity, which is coming out to be equal to 75 pi, right? Yes. Now wave velocity will be equal to, wave velocity is basically omega by k. So omega is how much? 50 pi by 2, and k is again pi by 2. So wave velocity is 50. Now using these two values, these two equations, we need to figure out the ratio of maximum particle velocity. Vp max by v wave will be nothing but it will be equal to 3, okay, sorry, 75 pi by 50. So it is 3 by 2 pi. 3 by 2 pi. Delta option is the correct answer. So this is how you'll be solving the question. Let's move to the next question. Question paper was very easy. The figure shows a network of currents. The magnitude of currents is shown here. The current I will be. So as you can see, 1 ampere, 10 ampere, 2 ampere, all are coming towards this junction, and I is leaving. So we know KCL, Kirchhoff's current rule. It says that all the currents which are coming towards the junction or leaving from the junction, their sum is nothing but it will be equal to 0. So 1 ampere plus 10 ampere plus 2 ampere plus I has to be equal to 0. So the value of I will be equal to 13 ampere. Because these currents are coming towards the junction, let's make that positive, and the current which is leaving the junction is, let's make that negative. So from here we can get easily 13 ampere as the answer. So it's a very easy paper, and it's a very easy question. Let's move to the next question. Consider a non-conducting spherical shell. Okay, there is a spherical shell which is non-conducting, of radius r, with a total charge plus q uniformly spread. Okay, plus q charge is uniformly spread on its surface. The center of the shell lies at O. Okay, this is the center. 2-point charges plus q and minus q are brought one after the other from far away and placed at x equal to minus a by 2 and x equal to plus a by 2, where a is less than r. It means one charge is placed over here and another charge is placed over here. Okay, so this is the scenario, and this distance is a by 2 and a by 2. This is the radius r of the spherical shell. Now magnitude of the work done in this process is how much? Okay, now the thing is, let's figure out first what is the work done to bring positive q charge at this position, right? As we know, in the case of spherical shell, the potential inside the spherical shell is constant, and we also know that the work done is nothing but it is equal to the potential energy stored in the charge, because we have brought the charge from infinity to a particular position, and this potential energy can be written as charge into value of potential, q into v. So first of all, let's the work done to bring positive charge. There is no other charge, only spherical shell has charge right now. Initially q charge plus q charge is brought at this position. So the value of work done to bring plus q charge over here will be nothing but it will be equal to k q q by r. This is for plus q. Work done to bring negative charge from infinity to this particular position will be how much? Let's figure out. Now the thing is this: when negative charge is brought, then we have to do work against the two forces or two values of potentials. First, this plus q charge of the shell, and this positive charge. Okay, so let's figure out first of all, for bringing out minus q from infinity to this position, the work done due to capital Q will be nothing but it will be equal to same KQQ by R, just Q will be negative. And from Q, positive Q charge, the value of potential will be nothing but it will be equal to K Q by A, and we have brought minus Q charge, so over here I can write down negative Q. So now the total work done, will be how much? Let's write down over here. W total will be equal to, let's add up these two works, W plus Q and W minus Q. W plus Q will be equal to K Q Q by R minus K Q Q by R and minus K Q square by A. So these two will be cancelled out. So total work will be minus K Q square by A. Now we know K is how much? 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. So as they are asking regarding the magnitude only, so let's make it positive. So the work done will be nothing but it will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q square by A. So this is your answer. I think option C is the correct answer. Option C is your final answer. So this is how you solve such type of questions. Let's move to the next question. Next question is, a wire of length 1 meter tied at both ends vibrates in resonance with a tuning fork of 300 Hz in its fourth harmonic. The speed of transverse wave in string is equal to. Okay, we need to figure out the speed of the transverse wave, and the tuning fork has a frequency of 300 Hz and the string is vibrating in fourth harmonic. So frequency of the fourth harmonic for a string which is tied at both ends, it will create 4 segments. So if just a second. The stationary waves will be something like this. Okay, all the segments I was not able to make the length equal, but all the 4 segments will be of having equal length. So this will be the scenario, right? So the frequency of the fourth harmonic will be equal to what? Wave velocity over 2L into 4, because frequency of the fundamental harmonic is V by 2L in such type of cases in which string is present. Okay, now the frequency of the tuning fork is 300, so that's why this will be equal to 300 Hertz. Now length is 1 meter and V will be equal to 150 meter per second. That's it, because this and this will be cancelled out and L has value 1, 2 will be brought over here. V will be equal to 300 by 2. So now 150 meter per second will be the correct answer. So option D will be the correct answer, right? So this is the way of solving this type of question. Let's move to the next question. Let's see what the next question says. Water rises to a height of 10 centimeter in a capillary tube and mercury falls to a depth of 3.42 centimeter in the same capillary tube if the density of mercury is 13.6 grams per cc and the angle of contact of mercury and water are 135 degrees and 0 degrees. As you know, angle of contact is obtuse for mercury, so that's why the water level, mercury level dips in the capillary tube, and as the angle of contact of capillary tube and water is 0 degree, so the water will rise, right? So the ratio of surface tension of water to mercury you need to figure out. So let's use general expression for height of liquid in the case of capillary. That comes out to be equal to H is equal to 2T cos theta by R rho G. T is surface tension, theta is the angle of contact, R is the radius of the capillary, and rho is the density of the liquid, G is acceleration due to gravity. And we know from here what there are certain things which are similar, because capillary is similar, so radius will remain same, T2 will remain same, acceleration due to gravity will remain same, so H will be directly proportional to T cos theta by rho. So height for water and height for mercury. surface tension for water by surface tension of for mercury into density of for water and density of mercury into cos theta for water and cos theta for mercury, right? Just put the values. Height of water column which rise in the capillary is 10 centimeters, so this is 10 and this is 3.42. With negative sign we can put surface tension of water and surface tension of mercury. We need to figure out this ratio. Density of mercury is 13.6 times of the density of water into cos of 0 and cos of 135. Okay, so 135 is nothing but 90 plus 45, and cos 90 plus 45 will be nothing but minus cos 9 and cos 45. Cos 45 is 1 by root 2. So 10 minus 3.42 is equal to TW by T mercury into 13.6 into 1 by root 2. So TW by T mercury will be equal to 10 by negative sign and negative sign will be cancelled out. 10 by 3.42 into 13.6 root 2. So now the calculation is there. Just calculate it and you will get the value as 6.5. So the ratio which we will get is nothing but 1:6.5, right? So this is how you solve such type of questions. Let's move to the next question. A small sphere A of mass m and radius r rolls without slipping inside a large fixed hemispherical bowl of radius capital R as shown in the figure. If the sphere starts from rest at the top point of the hemisphere, find the normal force exerted by the small sphere on the hemisphere where it is at the bottom B. Okay, rolls without slipping. The normal force exerted by the small sphere on the hemisphere when it is at bottom B of the hemisphere. Okay, right, no problem. As we can see over here, a small sphere A of mass m and radius r rolls without slipping. See, rolling is taking place without slipping, right? And we need to figure out the normal force. Now the approach of this question is this: we will be figuring out what is the velocity, right, of this particular object, center of mass of this particular object, and this object, its weight will be acting in the vertically downward direction mg, and normal reaction will be acting upward in the upward direction. So normal reaction minus weight will be providing the necessary centripetal force, right? This will be the scenario. So we need to figure out normal reaction. First of all, we have to find out what will be the value of velocity. What will be the value of velocity that we need to figure out. Now see, scenario is this: if you know that this object rolls without slipping, it means its loss in potential energy, it means mgr, will be equal to kinetic energy of rolling. Now kinetic energy of rolling is nothing but half m velocity of center of mass square into 1 plus I over mr square. Mg capital R, because height which is lost is nothing but capital R. Okay, so this is the funda. Now because this is a sphere, so the moment of inertia will be nothing but 2 by 5 mr square. Mr square and mr square will be cancelled out, and m and n will be cancelled out. So gr is equal to v square into 1 plus 2 by 5, which is 7 by 5. So ultimately what we get, we get v square as 5 by 7 gr, and we can put in equation number 1 the value of v square. We can put in equation number 1. So n minus mg is equal to m v square. V square is 5 by 7 gr by r. R and r will be cancelled out. normal reaction will be equal to 5 by 7 mg plus mg. 7 and 5 LCM we can take, and the value which we will get, 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 by 7 mg. This will be the normal reaction. 12 by 7 has to be the answer. Okay, is there some error? 17 by, let me recheck. mgr is equal to kinetic energy of rolling. Mgr equal to half mv square 1 plus 2 by 5 mr square. Mr square will be cancelled out. 7 by 5 and 5 by 7. Just a second, I missed 1 by 2 over here, right? So 7 by 5, it will be 10 by 7, right? It will be 10 by 7. Okay, 10 by 7. Yeah, it's very minor error. I missed 1 by 2 over here, and that's why I got a little wrong answer. But now we have understood this, so it's fine. Let's move to the next question. Next question is this. Now, what is this question? A graph shows a hypothetical speed distribution of a sample of, this must be sample of n gas particles for v greater than v naught. The slope is 0. There is no variation. Okay, so that's fine. If v average and vrms are the average speed and rms speed of the gas molecules, then okay. Now, first of all, we can see over here the value of dn by dv. In this graph, we can see that its value is constant till v naught. Okay, its value is constant. So this implies that dn will be equal to a dv, and integrating this, we get, let's integrate it, a v naught, right? So this is the value of n which we get over here, a v naught. Okay, now what we need to figure out, we need to find out the average velocity and rms velocity. Okay, now the average velocity, v average, what is the v average? V average is nothing but v dn, integration of v dn by total number of particles, right? And the value of dn over here is a v dv, right? So integration of this, we get a v square by 2n, and v rms will be how much? The value of v rms will be nothing but it will be integration of v square by v square dn over what number of particles. So again we can put dn as adv. Now the integration of this will be equal to v cube, a v cube by 3n, right? So the values which we get over here is this, and we can put the value of n over here also, a v naught. Integration will be from till v naught only, right? So the value of n is a v naught, so we will be getting v naught square, a v naught square to a v naught, so v naught by 2. And similarly over here also, this can be n, the value of n we can put as a v naught, and the value of vrms we will be getting as a v naught cube by 3a v naught. So the value, let me write it over here, the value which we get a will be cancelled out, v naught square by 3. This is the value of v rms. Now what we need to figure out, the relationship between VRMS and one more thing over here, the value will be consisting of under root also, because this is root mean square velocity. So square under root of this of square will be involved. So V naught square by root 3. Let me write down the values. V average we got V naught by 2, and V RMS we got V naught square by root 3. So the ratio will be in terms of under root. I have done the under root. Over here also it will be this now. Under root will be taken. So now the ratio V average by V RMS will be what? Root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2. So D option will be the correct answer. Let me go through it once again. As we know, over here the value of dN by dV is A throughout till V naught. We use this expression and then we integrated it. And we got the value of N in terms of V naught. The average velocity, the general expression for average velocity is this. So we put the value of dN and integrated it up from 0 to V naught. From 0 to V naught, and we got this expression, we got this value. Okay, and we want to find out the RMS value. So the value of the RMS value, or you can say the square of, you can do like this, because under root we have to find out. So V RMS square will be equal to this expression. We integrated it and we got this value as the answer, a V naught cube by 3m, right? Then VRMS we got as V naught by root 3. Then we got V average as V naught by 2, VRMS as V naught by root 3. Then divided these two, we got root 3 by 2 as the answer. That's it. Simple. Okay. Let's move to the next question. In this question, D option is the correct answer. Let's move to the 14th question. Two short bar magnets, each of magnetic moment m, are placed as shown in the given figure. The magnetic field between them at P, at axial position of left magnet and equatorial position of right magnet is what? See, at P point, the B axial, the value of B axial will be nothing but it will be equal to mu naught upon 4 pi 2m by, the distance is d, okay, 2m by d cube, right? And for equatorial line, see, the magnetic field will be, due to axial line, will be in this direction, and due to equatorial line it will be in this direction, right? So its value will be mu naught upon 4 pi. It's the similar case as that of dipole in the electric field, in the electrostatics, right? So m by d cube. Now what we need to figure out, the magnetic field between them at point P. The value, effective value of B effective will be nothing but under root of B equatorial ka square and axial square, B of axial square. So mu naught by 4 pi can be taken out. M can also be taken out. D cube can also be taken out. But under root, what will be present in the under root? 2 square plus 1 square. That's it. Okay. So B effective will be nothing but mu naught upon 4 pi m d cube root 5. So B option is the correct answer. So B option is the correct answer. This is how you solve this. Let's move to the next question. One end of a long metallic wire of length L is tied to the ceiling. Okay. The other end is tied to a massless spring of force constant K. A mass M hangs freely. Okay, there is a wire and then there is a spring. Freely from the free end of the spring, the area of cross section and Young's modulus of the wire are A and Y respectively. If the mass is slightly pulled down and released, okay, it will oscillate with a time period T equal to, what will be the effective time period? See, the effective time period is 2 pi under root M by K effective. Now, as you can see, this is nothing but a series combination. This is a series combination. The value of spring constant for this wire we need to figure out, right? And see, in the case of wire, we know that Young's modulus is nothing but equal to F by A delta L over L. Delta L is change in length. So from here we can write down F as Y A by L delta L, and with spring force we can compare it. See, negative sign I'm dropping, we know that the restoring force will be in the opposite direction. So the displacement is analogically replaced by delta L, and delta L x is same, F and F is same. So the value of spring constant for the wire will be coming out to be equal to Y A by L, right? Over here the length is capital L, so we will sort it out, no problem. And as we know, 1 upon K effective, because this is a series combination, it will be equal to 1 upon K1 plus 1 upon K2. Now 1 upon K1 is Y A by L plus 1 upon K. So 1 upon K effective will be nothing but it will be equal to Y A K K L plus Y A. Okay, now as we know, time period is 2 pi under root M by K effective. 1 upon K effective is actually equal to KL plus YA. Over KYA. So option beta is correct. Yes, option beta is correct. So this is the way of solving this question. We got to know that time period is this. We need to figure out K effective, and this is series combination. K effective can be found using this expression, but we must be knowing what is the spring constant for the value of, for the string that we got using Young's modulus, and from there we put the values and we got the correct answer, right? So this is the way of solving such type of questions. Let's move to the next question. The root mean square speed of molecules of diatomic gas is V. So RMS velocity is given as V. When the temperature is doubled, the molecules dissociate into two atoms. The new root mean square speed of the individual atom is, okay. See, we know that V RMS, it is nothing but it is equal to 3RT by M. And from here we can understand that temperature is doubled, so VR1 by VR2, root 3R, that is similar, so those will be cancelled out. T1 by M1 and T2 by M2. This will be the scenario. T1 is T, M1 is M, but temperature is doubled to T, and the molecules dissociate into two atoms. Now initially one molecule had two atoms, but now all the atoms are individual atoms. So now the molecular weight has become half, right? So M2 will be equal to M by 2, right? So this is the scenario, and M will be cancelled out, T and T will be cancelled out. VR1 by VR2 will be equal to VR1 by VR2 will be equal to 1 by 2. It means the RMS velocity in the second case will be twice of RMS velocity of the first case. So the answer which we will get is nothing but C option. Yes, C option is the correct answer, right? So this is the way of solving this type of questions. Internal energy, next question is internal energy of the gas as it expands according to the graph AB, which is a regular hyperbola. Okay, we need to just figure out what happens with the internal energy. Now we know that PV is equal to nRT, and as it is given that P and in V both are inversely proportional to each other over here, so it means this implies that temperature is constant. Okay, and if temperature is constant, it is isothermal process. The internal energy for isothermal process does not change. Delta U is 0, so U remains constant. So internal energy will be constant. So option C will be the correct answer. Yes. In the case of isothermal process, the internal energy remains constant. So this is the way of solving such type of question. Next question, let's move to the next question. One plate of capacitor is connected to a spring as shown in the figure. Area of both the plates is A. In steady state, separation between the plates is 0.8 D. Okay, means the steady state is when the charge is filled in the capacitor. Charge is filled in the capacitor. So at that moment, the separation between them is 0.8. The spring stretched and the distance between the plates was D when the capacitor was uncharged. The force constant of the spring is approximately. Force constant we need to figure out. Okay, no problem. Let's try to solve such type of question. Now, as we know, in this kind of case, the force between the plates of the capacitor will be equal to the restoring force of the spring, right? Because plates will be attracted towards each other, and when the plates are attracted, spring gets expanded. So we know the force between the plates of the capacitor is given by the square of the charge between the plates into by 2 epsilon naught A, right? And from here we can see that the initially the plates were at D distance, now the plates have distance 0.8 D between them. So the displacement of the spring will be D minus 0.8 D, right? That is 0.2 D. Okay, we need to figure out the spring constant. We need to figure out the value of K, and the options are in terms of E. Now, E is not electric field over here. Just keep this thing in mind, because E is the EMF of this cell, and we know that Q is equal to CV. So C V is nothing but E. So CE square by 2 epsilon naught A, right? And this is the scenario. Now, further, the capacitance will be nothing but epsilon naught A by D into E square by 2 epsilon naught A 0.2 K D, right? Okay, but the distance between the plates is 0.8. So 0.8 D over here we have to put. Okay, so capacitance is put, E is there, 2 epsilon naught A 0.2 KD, right? Let's move this 0.2 D to the other side, 0.2 D to the other side, and just now a little mathematical manipulation has to be involved, right? And the value of K we can easily get 4 0.64, so 0.64 into 0.4 epsilon naught will be there. Okay, so the value which we will get will be epsilon naught A E square by 64 into 4. So this value we will be getting, which is approximately 4 epsilon naught A E square by D cube. So this will be the result. A option will be the correct answer, right? So just you need to just go through it once. This is our physics. The force between the plates of the capacitor is equal to the restoring force of the spring, and from here we can put the values of q in terms of capacitance and potential difference or emf of the battery, and just keep the value of capacitance we put and a little mathematical manipulation, and we will get the correct answer. Okay, so this is the way of solving such type of questions. Next question: the current through 3 millihenry inductor in steady state after closing switch S is what? Again, interesting question. As we can see over here, these two inductors are in parallel, so the potential difference or potential drop across these two will be same. It means L di1 by dt1 dt and L2 di2 dt must be equal. Dt and dt will be cancelled out and we can integrate it, so we will get L1 I1 must be equal to L2 I2. This is the first thing. What is I1 and I2? Suppose the I1 is the current which is passing from 3 milliohm 3 millihenry inductor, and I2 is the current which is passing through 6 millihenry inductor when switch S is closed. Okay, and secondly, suppose the battery sends current I, and this current will be divided in two parts, so I has to be equal to I1 plus I2, right? What is the value of L1 and L2? I am keeping L1 as 3 millihenry, uh, I1 and L2 as 6 millihenry. Milli will be cancelled out, so the relationship between I1 and I2 will be this: I1 is equal to 2 times of I2. 2 times of I2, right? Okay, that's fine. Now, what will be the value of I? I will be how much? See, as both the inductors are nothing but in steady state will act as connecting wires only. So the current will be nothing but voltage upon resistance, and voltage is 10 and resistance is also 10 ohm, so current has to be equal to 1 ampere, right? Now what we need to figure out? We need to figure out I1, right? The current through 3 millihenry inductor. So what we can do, as we know, I is equal to I1 plus I2, so we can substitute I2 as I1 by 2, right? And I is 1 ampere. I1 plus I1 by 2 is 3 by 2 I1, so I1 comes out to be equal to 2 by 3 amperes. So 2 by 3 amperes. B option has to be the correct answer. Okay, so this is the way of solving this type of question. Let's move to next question. An electron having kinetic energy T is moving in circular orbit of radius r perpendicular to uniform magnetic field B. If the kinetic energy is doubled and the magnetic induction is tripled, the radius will become. Okay, now electron is present. Just a second, let me refresh once. If kinetic energy is doubled, okay, yeah, this was the question. So as we know, electron is moving in uniform magnetic field, so it must be moving in the circular path, and because uniform magnetic field is perpendicular to its motion, so we know the radius is mv over qb. and mv is nothing but momentum. Momentum in terms of kinetic energy, we can write it as 2m kinetic energy of the electron into qb. So now r1 by r2, see 2 will be constant, q is not changed, we have just increased the kinetic energy, so k1 by k2, and magnetic induction is tripled, and b1 square by b2 square. I have taken b also in the under root. Now let's put the values. R1 by R2 will be equal to K1 is, suppose K is the kinetic energy initial, K2 is doubled 2K, and what has happened with the magnetic field? Magnetic field is tripled, so square of 3 by 1, that's it. This is the value of K, and K will be cancelled out, B and B will be cancelled out, right? So we are getting 9 by 2 in under root, right? And this is R1 by R2. R1 by R2 is under root 9 by 2. R2 by R1 will be equal to 2 by 9 under root. What do we need to figure out? In terms of R, we need to give the answer. Okay, so R2 will be equal to under root 2 by 9 R1, or R1 is R. So under root 2 by 9 R. C option is the correct answer. That's it. This is the way of solving this type of questions. Let's move to the next question. A disk of radius 0.1 meter rolls without sliding on a horizontal surface with a velocity of 6 meter per second. That is the velocity of the center of mass. It then ascends a smooth continuous track as shown in the figure. The height up to which it will ascend is x by 5 meter. Value of x is what? Okay, so initially the surface was rough, the ascent was smooth, so it means the rotational kinetic energy will stay as it is in the object. Okay, so the velocity, the kinetic energy due to the translational kinetic energy will get converted into the potential energy. Okay, so gain in potential energy will be due to the kinetic energy of translation only. That's it. So what we need to find out, we need to figure out h. Okay, so h will be equal to half v square by g. 6 square by 2 into 10. Nine is to 5. 9 has to be the correct answer. 9 is correct answer. I hope you have understood this. Let me repeat it once. As initially the surface was rough, but as the object starts moving on the incline is smooth, so its rotational kinetic energy will not be converted into height or potential. It will not get converted into potential energy. Okay, so it will be there in with the object. It will be there with the object, and the translational kinetic energy will be converting into potential energy. So mgh will be equal to half mv square, and from here we can figure out the answer. Okay, let's move to the next question. Magnetic field in space is given as this. A charged particle is projected along the line this with velocity 2 meter per second. Then find the distance traveled by the particle in 3 seconds. Now, guys, it's very simple scenario over here is present. Because the particle is moving, its velocity is in xy plane, as we can see, and magnetic field also will be in xy. Sorry, it will be in xy plane. It will be in xy plane, magnetic field as well as velocity. So the charged particle will be moving in the xy plane. Okay, and we know that there is no change in kinetic energy because of the centripetal force. okay, and the particle will be moving with a constant velocity, and that constant velocity will be nothing but 2 meters per second. So the distance traveled in 3 seconds will be but just distance is equal to speed into time. That's it. So 6 meters, sorry, not meter per second, 6 meters will be the distance traveled by the particle in 3 seconds. That's it. Let's move to the next question. The system is pushed by a force as shown in the figure. Okay, all forces are smooth except between B and C. Friction coefficient between B and C is mu. Minimum value of F to prevent block B from downward slipping. Okay, so all the whole system will be moving with a constant acceleration, and that common acceleration will be nothing but it will be equal to net force, that is F by, because the system is moving on the smooth surface, so F by 2m plus m plus 2m, that is F by 5m. This is common acceleration, right? Now we need to figure out the minimum value of F to prevent block B from downward slipping. Okay, see, for the case of block B, weight will be acting in the vertically downward direction and friction will be acting in the upward direction, because it has a tendency to move down because of its weight. And if the value of friction is greater than or equal to mg, the object will not fall. This implies that mu into normal reaction has to be greater than or equal to mg. Now what will be the value of normal reaction? See, normal reaction will be equal to the force applied by this B block on C, right? And for C block, the force applied just a second, yeah, the force which is applied on C block, due to which it is moving with acceleration a common, will be nothing but it will be equal to 2m into a common. A common is F by 5m, means 2f by 5. This will be the value of normal reaction. Now using equation 1, which is mu n greater than or equal to mg, n, the value of n is 2f by 5. What we need to figure out? Okay, value of n we need to figure out. F 5 by 2 mu mg. So comparing it with n over 2 mu mg, the value of n is 5. So 5 will be the correct answer. Yes, 5 is correct answer. Let's move to the next question. An electromagnetic wave of frequency this much is propagating along z-axis. The amplitude of electric field is given. Epsilon naught value is given. Then average energy density of electric field will be. Now, see, the value of average energy density in this case will be nothing but it will be equal to half epsilon naught E RMS square, right? So all the values are given. It's a very easy question. Epsilon naught value is 8.8 into 10 to the power minus 12, and the value of electric field, amplitude of electric field, that is maximum value of electric field is given. So we have to convert into RMS. So 4 by root 2 square will be involved, right? Now you need to just calculate or multiply it, and the value which you will get is 352 into 10 to the power minus 13. Okay, so your answer will be 352. Yes, very easy question. Next, an unstable heavy nucleus at rest breaks into two nuclei which move away with velocity in the ratio of 8:27. Okay, the ratio of the radii of the nuclei. Okay, right. Now we know if there is a nucleus which breaks into two parts, momentum will be conserved because the breaking of nucleus involved internal forces. No external force was applied, so momentum will be conserved. So m1 v1 will be equal to m2 v2. Move away with velocities in the ratio. Now m1 by m2 is equal to v2 by v1. The ratio of velocities is given, that is 8 is to 27, but v2 over v1 we are writing, so I'll be writing 27 by 8. Okay, and we know mass is nothing but density of the nucleus will be same into volume, and volume will consist of 4 by 3 pi r1 cube, 4 by 3 pi r2 cube is equal to 27 by 8. So 4 by 3 pi rho, 4 by 3 pi rho will be cancelled out, so r1 by r2 will be equal to cube root of 27 by 8. So r1 by r2 is equal to 3 by 2. Okay, the ratio of radii of the nucleus is x. The ratio of radii. Then y is equal to x is r1 by r2 is equal to x, which is 1.5. Okay, so y you need to figure out, that which is 2x, that means 3. X is 1.5, so answer has to be 3. Yeah, answer is 3. Okay, so guys, this is how you solve such type of questions. Very easy waiver it was, and it is the same. I hope the same level of questions will be coming in your final exam also. All the best for your exam. That's it from my side. See you. Bye bye. Take care. Have fun and enjoy.
So I hope your exam FLTs are going well, and basically here we are here to discuss the FLT-10. So let's start. We don't want to waste the time. So the first thing, here is a first question. Question number 1. Question number 1 says, they read the following statement: the first ionization potential of Mg is less than that of air. And the second statement, O plus has lower electronegativity than that of O minus. Electron affinity of chlorine is lesser than fluorine. And the last statement, second ionization potential of oxygen is greater than that of the nitrogen. Among the following, the correct options are. So we will discuss one by one. So the first statement says the first ionization potential of Mg is less. If we talk about for the first statement, the electronic configuration of Mg is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, and the aluminium, that is the 1s2, 2s2, and 2p6, and 3s2, 3p1. So as you can see, in magnesium there is a fully filled orbital is present, whereas in aluminium there is a 3p1, which is not the fully filled and not the half filled normally. So it is easy to remove the electron from aluminium, and as compared to aluminium, it is difficult to remove an electron from magnesium. So the first statement is wrong. When we talk about the electronegativity, so definitely when an atom have a positive charge, have more electronegativity as compared to the ion which having a negative charge. Means more positive charge, more electronegativity, and more negative charge, lesser electronegativity. So also second statement is also wrong. If I'm talking about the third one, you can see electron affinity of chlorine is lesser than fluorine. So for the third one, as you know, the fluorine size is very small size. Due to small size, when we add an electron, the amount of energy which is released is lesser as compared to chlorine in the case of fluorine. Hence, so electronegativity order is here, in this case chlorine, then fluorine, then bromine, then iodine. So chlorine have more electron affinity as compared to the fluorine. So the statement says electron affinity of Cl is lesser than fluorine. No, this is a wrong statement. This is also wrong. When we talk about the fourth statement, that is the second ionization potential of oxygen is greater than the nitrogen. For the second ionization, if I'm talking about the electronic configuration of oxygen, that is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 2p6, not 2p6, that is a 2p4. When I'm talking about the O plus, after removing an electron, the electronic configuration become 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Now we will talk about the nitrogen. Nitrogen, the electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. After removing an electron, n plus, the electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, and 2p2. After removing an electron from oxygen, it gets half-filled electronic configuration, which is quite stable as compared to the 2p2. Hence, the second ionization potential of oxygen is greater than nitrogen. Yes, the fourth statement is the right statement. Hence, option D should be right. Option D should be right. Let's check the answer. What is the answer? Yes, option D is right answer here. Now, let's talk about the next question. The second question, during the halogen test, sodium fusion is boiled with concentrated HNO3. Because to decompose the cyanide of sulfide of sodium. If I'm talking about if cyanide, let's talk about the if cyanide, yani ki the nitrogen is present. So NaCN is present, it can react with AgNO3 and it can react with AgNO3 and react and give AgCN, which is a black color PPT. And if I'm talking about the sulfur Na2S, it can react with AgNO3 and it can give Ag2S, a PPT, white color PPT. If nitrogen as cyanide, if nitrogen as cyanide is present in the solution, it can react with AgNO3 and disturb the test for halogen. In the second case, if sulfur is present, it can react with AgNO3 and give a Ag2S, a white color PPT, which can disturb the test for halogen. So first we have to remove these ions Cn minus and S2 minus with the help of AgNO3. So what will happen when we boil the sodium extract AgCN with HNO3? It will form NaNO3 and HCN gas will remove from here. If I'm talking about the for sulfur, so Na2S react with HNO3 and it gives NaNO3 plus H2S, which is a gas, and remove from the solution. After removing these ion, we can do the test for halogen. So what is the primary motive to boil the sodium extract with concentrated HNO3? To decompose the cyanide and sulfide of sodium. So the right option is B. Now we will check the answer. Yes, the B is the right answer. If I'm talking about the third question, here what the question says, a certain substance A tetramerize. Tetramerize means four elements will combine, form a one molecule. Like suppose I'm taking an atom that is A, four atom of A will combine and form A4 in water to the extent of 80%. Okay, let's suppose at t is equal to 0, at time t is equal to 0, the number of atoms we have 1. Okay, after t is equal to t time, 1 minus 80% of 80 up to the 80% extent, the A will tetramerize. So what will happen? 80% means 0.8. So how much A4 will form? 0.8 divided by 4. What will you do? That will equal to 0.2. So first we have to find out the I. What is I here? I is the number of moles of atoms, number of moles of molecule moles after association divided by number of moles initially taken. Number of moles initially taken. So what is number of moles after dissociation? 1 minus 0.8 left 0.2, and how many moles are formed? Plus 0.2. How many moles initially taken? 1. So what is the value of I? That is the 0.4. Now this is the value of, come to the next part of the question, that is the a solution of 2.5 gram of A in 100 gram of water, lower the freezing point by 0.3 degree. As you know the formula, delta TF is equal to I into KF into molar mass. So what is the delta TF? That is the 0.3. What is the value of I? That is a 0.4. What is the value of KF? That is a 1.86. Now open the formula for molality, and for this the formula should be W upon, what is the molar mass? Molar mass of the solution, we have to find it. So molar mass into mass of solvent, mass of solvent. If you put it into the gram, then you have to multiply by 1000. Now 0.3 is equal to 0.4 multiplied by 1.86 multiplied by what is the weight of the solute which is present, that is a 2.5 divided by, we have to find out the molar mass, molecular weight m, multiplied by 1000 divided by mass of the solvent, and the mass of the solvent 100 gram of water. That is, after solving this equation you will get the answer 62. Solve the given question, you will get the answer, that is a 62. Okay, so right answer should be D. Let's check the answer. Yes, the right answer is D. Now come to the next part of the question, that is the fourth. The ionization of N2 to N2 plus, the electron is lost from. So to solve this question, we need to draw the MOT diagram. So the MOT diagram, how many number of electrons are present in the case of N2? That is a 14 electron. So the MOT diagram should be like this. That is the sigma 1s, sigma star 1s, sigma 2s, sigma star 2s, pi 2px, pi 2py. That is a sigma 2pz. That is pi star 2py, pi star 2pz. No, not z, 2px. That should be the sigma star 2pz. Now fill the electrons. There is a 14 electron in the case of N2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. Now I want to remove an electron. So from where we can remove an electron? We can remove the electron from the highest energy molecular orbital, and the highest energy molecular orbital is sigma 2pz. So the right answer is from the sigma orbital. So we'll check the answer. Yes, the right answer is A. Now come to the next one. Now here is a question number 5. The transition metal complex with highest value of crystal field splitting del. So basically del O depends on three things. First on nature of ligands. Second, oxidation state. And the third one is a central atom. When we talk about this, the oxidation state on every central atom, ligands are same. Yes, definitely ligands are same in each and every case. If I'm talking about the oxidation state, in each case the oxidation state is +3, +3, +3, +3. Now, del O will totally depends on central atom. If a central atom belongs to the 5D series, the del O value is higher as compared to 4D and 5D. So 5D series element have higher value of del O as compared to 4D and 3D series element. So what you can say? We can say chromium, molybdenum, tungsten, here iron, radium, and osmium. So this osmium belongs to the 5D series, that is a 5D, hence the right answer should be D. Let's check the answer. So the right answer is D here. Okay, now come to the next question. When we talk about this part, for this question, as you know, this PHS minus, this will behave as a nucleophile. Now you have to note that point, you have to remember this point, the nucleophilic substitution reaction. In aryl halide, SN reaction is difficult. As you know, in the case of aryl halide, nucleophilic substitution reaction is very difficult. And the other thing, from iodine, fluorine, bromine, and chlorine, the living nature, iodine have more living nature, means is a good living substance than bromine, than chlorine, than fluorine. So iodine, there is a two reason. All fluorine, bromine, and chlorine are present at aromatic ring. That is why it is difficult to remove these elements. Whereas in iodine is present on the carbon chain, and this carbon chain is a benzylic position. And in benzylic halogen, means in benzyl carbocation, we can say, yeah, in benzyl halides. In benzyl halide, SN reactions are fast. So the product should be only iodine will remove from here, and PHS minus will connect at the place of iodine. So the answer should be A only. Okay, we can check the answer. So the right answer is A here. So come to the next question. This is the question number 6. Now we will talk for question number 7. Which of the following cannot prepare using Williamson synthesis? So first we will talk about what is the Williamson synthesis. If RCl, or we can say Rx, react with RO minus and Na plus, this can be dash, react this and it form ROR dash with the help of SN reaction, nucleophilic substitution. Either it can be SN1, SN2, or SN2. So if these are group, if these are is 3 degree, then elimination product will be the major product. So what you can see if I'm talking about the D option. If I'm talking about the D option, so the structure of D is CS3C, CS3, CS3, O, CH3. In this case, both are 3 degree, which is quite bulky. due to this bulkiness, this product will not form during the Williamson synthesis. Rather than there is a elimination, means alkene will be the major product. Alkene will form in this case. Alkene and alcohol will form in this case. So D should be the right answer. Or if I'm talking about the structure of A, B, and C, the structure of A, this is the OCS3. If I'm talking about the benzyl, and the structure of this CH2O, and that is the NO2. If tertiary butyl methyl, so the C option, that is the CS3C, CO and CS3. From all the four options, we can see in the case of fourth thing, means D option, this bulkiness, that bulkiness, that is a means big bulkiness is present over here. Now come to the we will see the what is the answer. Yes, D is the right answer. Come to the next one. This is the seventh question. Now we will discuss the question number 8. The element of group 15 which can form a strong bond with nitrogen, with hydrogen, not the nitrogen. So definitely nitrogen will be the right answer, because it formed the NH3. In this case, hybrid orbital will take part. Hybrid orbitals will take part in bonding, will take part in bonding, as well as only in this case hydrogen bond will form. Hydrogen bond will form, which help to stabilize the molecule, will form. So the right answer should be A. Now we will cross check the answer. Yes, the right option is A. Come to the next one. This is the question number 8. Now discuss the question number 9. Consider the following statement. If we talk about the postulates of the Werner's theory, so first statement, secondary valencies are non-ionizable and directional. Definitely secondary valency are non-ionizable and directional. If I'm talking about the secondary valency, second statement, secondary valencies are satisfy neutral molecules or negative. Yes, this is also the right statement. Ligands form coordinate bond with metal ions or atoms. Definitely this is also the right statement. The charge on the complex ion is always equal to the oxidation state of the metal atom. No, this is not the right statement. It is not always. It is not the compulsory thing. So that it is not the compulsory that the charge present on the ion is equal to the oxidation state of the central atom. It can be different. So which option should be the right? First, second, and third. So B option, first, second, and third are correct, means the B option is the right option. Now check the answer. Yes, definitely B is the right option. Come to the next one. Zinc and mercury do not show variable valency like D block, other D block element, because in this case N minus D shell are completely filled. This is the reason, that is why they do not show the variable oxidation, yeah, variable valency like other elements shows in D blocks elements. So what is the right option? Yes, B is the right option. Come to the, this is the question number 10. Come to the question number 11. The maximum number of different spectral line observed when the sample contains 1000 hydrogen atoms. It means number of hydrogen atoms are sufficient. In the third excited state, means N is equal to 4. Undergo the transition to the electron to the ground states are. Now we will check how many transitions are possible. N2, that is a 4 to 3, yes. 4 to 2, yes. 4 to 1. Now element reach to the ground state. 3 to 2, 3 to 1, yes, these two. And the other one is 2 to 1. So how many transition are possible? There are 6 transition possible if you want to use the formula. So number of spectrum line, formula is n minus 1 divided by 2. Here n is a 4 into 4 minus 1, that is a 3 divided by 2, 12 by 2, that is 6. So the right answer we can see during the transition of electron from third excited state to ground state. Now we will check the answer. So question number 11, and the right option is, yes, definitely 6 is the right option. Come to the next, guys. Here Question number 12. So consider the following equilibria. A solid gives B gas plus C gas, and another reaction, that is a B gas, further decomposes to gives D gas. So this is a case of simultaneous equilibria. Now come and solve this question. This is the A solid. This it gives, that is B gas and C gas, and B further decompose, that will give D gas. When A decomposes, 1 mole of B, when 1 mole of B form, 1 mole of C will also form. Let's suppose M mole. Yeah, the partial pressure of B, which is created due to the decomposition of A, is M, and for C this is also M. But B further decompose and convert into the D. So this M will decompose. Let's an amount of B decompose and gives D. So here D. If I'm talking about the initially A was present and the final total pressure at equilibrium is B. So if I'm talking about the P total, it should be equal to the partial pressure of B plus partial pressure of C plus partial pressure of D. Here A is solid, so there is no effect on the pressure due to the A. So what is the partial pressure of A? That is equal to M minus N. What is the partial pressure of C? That is M. What is the partial pressure of D? That is N. And the sum of this partial pressure, yeah, P total, that is equal to 20. So now solve this equation. You will get 2M is equal to 20. So the value of M is equal to 10. Now we'll talk about the Kp1 is equal to, that is X, and Kp2. Kp2 that is equal to 2. Kp2 that is equal to 2. So now I am talking for the second reaction, that is a B gives D. So Kp2 should be equal to partial pressure of D upon partial pressure of B. So 2 is equal to, what is the partial pressure of B? D, that is N. And what is the partial pressure of B? That is M minus N. Now put the value of M and solve it for the value of N. So that is a 2 into 10 minus 2n, that is equal to n. So that 3n is equal to 20. So the value of n is equal to 20. Now now for equation first, what is the value of Kp1? For Kp1 we can say Kp1 that is equal to partial pressure of B into partial pressure of C. So what is the value of partial pressure of B? That is the M minus N, and partial pressure of C is M, that is equal to X. And now you know the value of M and N. The value of M is 10 minus 20 by 3, and the whole multiply by, that is M, and the value of M is 10. Now solve this value. So this is 20 minus 30 minus 10, that is a 10 upon 3 into 10, that is a 100 upon 3. On solving this we will get the 33.33. that is the value of X. So what should be the right answer? The right answer should be, that is the B. It is clear to everyone? Now this is a question number 12. Come to the question number 13. So question number 13 says, consider a chemical reaction, that is N gives product, for which following graphical representation is given. At is the concentration of A at time t in mole per liter. Which of the following the most appropriate graph indicating the relation between half-life and the initial concentration of A? Definitely there is no log and ln, so it is not the first order reaction. Now check what is the order of this reaction, which is for which the graph is given. If I'm talking about the nth order reaction, the general principle of the nth order reaction is 1 upon n minus 1 bracket 1 upon A t, concentration of A at time t, and the power is n minus 1, minus 1 upon A naught n minus 1, and bracket close, is equal to Kt. if I put, let's suppose if I put n is equal to 2. So what is the expression here? 1 upon n is equal to 2. It means 1 upon 1. And here, if I'm solve this, that is the 1 upon AT minus 1 upon A naught, that is equal to KT. Now solve for on solving further, that is a 1 upon AT, that is equal to KT plus 1 upon A naught. You can see here, this is a y is equal to mx plus c. You can see where m is equal to k and c is equal to 1 upon A naught. So you can say typically it is a case of a second order reaction. For the second order reaction, the relation between half life and A naught, that is equal to T half is equal to that is 1 upon K into 1 upon K into A naught. Now clearly you can see T half into A naught is equal to 1 upon K. For this kind of expression, the graph should be like that is a T half and that is a AT. Graph should be like this. This is a hyperbolic graph. Now rectangular hyperbola. So we can see the option D should be the right option. Now we will cross check the answer. Definitely D option is the right option. It is clear to everyone. Now this is a question number, I think this is a question number 13. Now question number 14, we will discuss the question number 14. Yes, benzaldehyde shows positive. So the benzaldehyde shows that positive Tollon test, positive Fallon test, no. Benzaldehyde do not show the Failing solution test as well as Benedict test. So remember this thing, iodoform test, no. DNP test, yes. So what should be the right option? First and the fourth, in which option? That is a B. Chaliye, let's cross check the answer. Now this, yes, definitely B is the right option. Come to the question number 15. What the question number 15 says, which amine gives solid with benzene sulfonyl chloride and that solid is insoluble in KOH? Let's talk about the Hinsberg reagent. If 1 degree, this is the Hinsberg reagent, benzene sulfonyl chloride. That is the benzene sulfonyl chloride. If it will react with 1 degree, if it will react with 1 degree amine, it will form a PPT, a white color PPT with 1 degree amine, which is soluble because of this acidic hydrogen. This is the acidic hydrogen. Because of this acidic hydrogen, this compound, this white PPT will soluble in alkali. Alkali basically the basic solution. When we talk about the 2 degree amine, the 2 degree amine will react and form a white color PPT, but this compound do not have any kind of acidic hydrogen. No acidic hydrogen is present. No acidic hydrogen is present, due to which there is no acidic hydrogen, due to which it is insoluble in alkali. Whereas 3-degree amine do not contain any hydrogen or nitrogen, due to which benzene's sulfonyl chloride will not react with 3-degree amine. Hence, the answer should be 2-degree amine. Now, let's check which one is a 2-degree amine. So, option B have 2-degree amine. That is why the option B should be the right answer. Now, cross check option B. Option B here, yes, B is the right answer. Now, come to the next question. Question number 16. What will be the pH of 1% weight by weight aqueous solution of NaI? Okay, that is a NaI. Ka of Ha is equal to 10 to the power minus 6. It means Ha is a weak acid. So NaA is a salt of weak acid and strong base. Okay. Now density of the solution, yes, density of the solution is 1.2 gram per ml, and the molecular mass of Ha is 98. So the molecular mass of NaA, that is a 98 minus 1 and add 23 for sodium. That should be 27, that should be 120 gram. Okay, now atomic mass of sodium is 23. So first we consider to find the pH. Let the mass of the solution is equal to 100 gram. It means mass of solute, mass of the solute, that should be equal to 1 gram, and density is equal to density of solution, and the density of solution is 1.2 gram per ml. So the volume of solution, as you know, density is equal to mass upon volume. So the volume of solution is equal to mass of solution divided by density of the solution, and the mass of the solution we consider 100 gram, and the density is 1.2. So the volume of solution is this much amount, yani 100. That means 100 upon 1.2. Okay, now I want to find the concentration of NaA. Before to find the concentration of NaA, we need to find the number of moles of NaA present in the solution. So moles of NaA, moles is equal to mass of substance divided by molar mass. So what is the mass of the substance? That is a 1 gram of, as you know, 1 gram of solute is present. So what is the molar mass of NaA? That is a 120. So what is the definition of molarity? Molarity says N of solute divided by W of, not W, that is a volume if of solution in ml, multiplied by 1000. Insert slide below. So what is the molarity of the solution? Molarity is equal to number of moles, that is number of moles 120, sorry, and volume of solution is 100 upon 1.2, that is 100 upon 1.2 multiplied by 1000. Solve this, we will get answer 0.1 m NaA solution. Now you know that this is a salt of weak acid and strong base. For this, you can use the formula of pH is equal to 7 plus 1 by 2 pKa plus log C. So what is 7 plus half? What is the value of pKa? As the Ka is equal to 10 to the power 6, that means the pKa should be equal to minus log Ka, and you will get 10 to the power minus 6. not 10 to the power minus 6, 10 to the power minus 6, that should be equal to 6. So on solving 6 plus, that is the log 0.1. So 7 plus 1 by 2, that is a 6, plus that is a log 10 to the power minus 1, and 7 plus 1 by 2, that is 6 minus 1. 7 plus 1 by 2, that is the 6 minus 1, that is 5, and 7 plus 2.5, 7 2, that is a 9.5 should be the answer. 9.5 should be the answer. Cross check the solution. Answer, yes, definitely 9.5 is the right answer. This is the question number 16. Now come and discuss the question number 17. Question says E naught SRP of different half cells are given. E naught SRP of different half cells are given. So for the first cell 0.34, for second minus 0.76, for silver that is 0.8, or for magnesium that is a minus 2.37. In which among the following delta G per mole of electron is most negative? So we know the formula delta G is equal to minus NFE. For the most negative of del G, then E naught should be the positive, should have the higher positive value. Should have higher positive value. Should have higher positive value. So now solve one by one. As you know the formula, E naught is equal to E right minus E left. So for the case of A, that is right, means Mg2 plus oblique Mg, that is the magnesium one. So the reduction potential is minus 2.37, and minus for zinc, that is the minus 0.76. On solving this, we will get minus 1.61. For the case of B, E naught is equal to, that is the for silver, that is 0.8 minus, and for zinc that should be minus 0.76. On solving this, we will get 1.56. Now come for C, that is E naught is equal to, for third one, that is the silver, and this is 0.8 minus, for copper that is minus, and that should be the positive one, minus 0.34. On solving this, we will get 0.46. Now for D option, E naught should be equal to Mg2 plus and Mg, that is a minus 2.37 minus, for silver that is 0.8. On solving this, you will get minus 3.17. Out of these four shell, option B having the highest positive value for E naught. It means the right option should be B. Now cross check the answer. Yes, B is the right option. Come to the next question. The next question is CH3CO CH2 and COO C2H5. Now this is the bulky base. It will abstract the H plus ion from less hindered side. Okay, now let's see the question. Let's solve this question. Double bond O. We can write this like there, like that. H, then C double bond O, CH2, C double bond O, and OC2H5. It will react with this bulky base, that is Me3CO minus. This bulky base will abstract the H plus ion from less hindered side, and the less hindered side is outside CS3, left corner CS3. So it will form CH2 minus and C double bond O, that is CH2, C double bond O, O and C2H5. Now it will react with C double bond O and Cl. It will react with acyl chloride. This negative charge will attack on this carbon and Cl will remove. So what should be the product? The product should be CH3 C double bond O. Now CH2 C double bond O, that's C double bond O and O C2H5. Not like this. This should be like CH2 C double bond O and O C2H5. This is X. Now this X will react with dilute KOH. Dilute KOH will act as a nucleophile. So I will add the page dilute nucleophile, insert slide below, and CH3 CO CH2 CO CH2 C double bond O and OCH3. This dilute KOH will provide the OH minus, and this OH minus will attack over here and this OCH3 will remove. So what will happen? It will form C double bond O, CH2 C double bond O, CH2 and C double bond O, that is a OH. This is a beta keto acid. This is a beta keto acid. On heating, it will decarboxylate. Decarboxylation will occur. CO2 will remove from here. And they will give minus CO2 and CS3 C double bond O, CH2 C double bond O, CS3. This diketone will form. Okay, this diketone will form. Now let's cross check the option. A option no, B option no, and C option yes. The right answer is C option. Let's cross check the answer. If we cross check the answer, so yes, the right option is C. Now come to the this is a 18th question. Come to discuss the question number 19. Question number 19. There is a mixture of CO, CH4 and He is exploded by an electric discharge at room temperature with excess of oxygen. The volume contraction is found to be 13 ml. A further contraction of 14 ml occurs when the residual gas is treated with KOH. Solution. Find out the mole percent of He in original mixture. So original mixture is 20 ml. Okay, let's suppose CO plus CH4 plus He. Let's suppose the volume of CO is X ml and the volume of CH4 is Y ml. Hence the volume of helium should be 20 minus X plus Y ml. Okay, when we explode this reaction mixture in the presence of sufficient amount of oxygen, it means in the first case CO will react with oxygen and it gives CO2. And we considered X ml of CO is present in the reaction mixture. Definitely first balance the chemical reaction. If we balance the chemical reaction, that should be half. Now it is balanced. So now it is balanced. If I'm talking about the CO is that is X ml. For X ml of CO, X by 2 ml of O2 is required and the X ml CO will form. So I'm talking about the contraction from here. So volume contraction from here, that should be the X plus Y, X plus X by 2 minus X. That is a volume contraction. So what is the volume contraction from here? That is a x by 2. Okay. Right now for the case 2. In the case 2, CH4 react with O2 and it gives CO2 plus H2O. Now balance the chemical equation. CH4, 1 carbon is present here, so that should be 1, and 4 hydrogen is present, so it should be 2, and in the side of product there is a 4 oxygen, it should be 2. The volume of CH4 is YmL. We considered YmL. For YmL of CH4, 2 YmL of O2 is required. And how much? This should be liquid. And how much CO2 will form? YmL CO2 will form. So definitely volume contraction from here. Volume contraction from here, that is a Y plus 2Y minus Y, that is the 2Y. Now total volume contraction, total volume contraction, that is equal to x by 2 plus 2y is equal to, that is 13. On further solving this equation, x by 2 plus 2y, that is equal to 13, and this becomes 4y is equal to 26. This is equation number 1. Now from once again we need to read the question. The next part says a further contraction of 14 mL occur when residual gas is treated with KOH. So basically, what is the work of a KOH solution? KOH will absorb the CO2 which is present in the reaction, gaseous mixture. Will absorb all the CO2. So how much CO2 is present in the reaction mixture? XmL and the YmL. So total reaction mixture contain X plus Y is equal to 40. That amount of CO2 is present. This is a reaction number 2. Now subtract equation number 2 from 1. So you will get 3y is equal to, subtract 3y is equal to, that is a 12. So what is the value of y? That is 4. Now put the value of y in equation number 2 or 1. So x plus 4 is equal to 14. Now x is equal to 10. Now CO is equal to XmL, that is equal to 10. CH4 is equal to YmL, that means it is equal to 4 ml. Now left amount is helium. So helium is equal to, that is the 6 ml. So percentage of He, that is 6 upon 20 multiplied by 100, basically 25 ja 5 6 ja, that is a 30%. So what is the right answer? That is a 30%. What you can see, which one is the right option? That should be the B. Now let's cross check the answer. Okay. Yes, definitely B is the right answer. Okay, now come to the next question. That is the consider two first order reaction. Consider two first order reaction, that is the A gives B, yes, B gives product. Given CA naught and CB naught is equal to 3 by 2 and the T half of A is equal to 0.231 minute and T half for B is equal to 0.693 by 2. Calculate the CA and CB after 3 half lives of A. Okay, now time after 3 half life of A, that is equal to 3 into T half of A, that is equal to 3 into 0.231, that is equal to 0.693 minutes. It means that much time will spend after 3 half life of A. So how many half life B will go? We will spend. So number of half life for B during this time. During this time period. So how many half-life of B will spend during this time? As you know, T half upon B is equal to 0.693 upon 2. We can write from here 2 into 6 1 by 2B is equal to 0.693. So you can see two half-life B will spend two half-life during this time period. So number of half-life spent by B is 2. So number of half-life spent by B is equal to 2. Let's initial concentration of A, not this. Initial concentration of A naught is equal to 3x. So 3x will spend T half, it will form 3x by 2. Once again, one another half life, 3x by 4. One another half life, it will convert into the 3x by. After 3 half life, the concentration of A is 3x by 8. For B, concentration of B initially, that is the ratio is 3 by 2, that will become 2x. After 2 half life, 2 T half, it will form 2x by 2. After another T half life, that is a 2x by 4. So concentration after 2 half life of B will 2x by 4. So after 0.693 minute, CA upon CB, that is equal to 3x upon 8 upon 2x upon 4. On solving this, you will get 3 by 4. So the right option is C. 3 by 4 is the right answer. Now let's cross check. Yes, definitely C is the right answer. This is the question number 20. Now we will discuss the question number 21. So here is a question number 21. There is a 2 alkene are present. So out of these 2 alkene, that alkene will protonate first, which will form the stable carbocation. So out of these 2, this alkene will react faster because after protonation, it will form the more stable carbocation. It will form the more stable carbocation. How it will form? That is a H plus. This double bond will attack on this ring and they will form this carbocation. And this on this carbocation, this double bond will attack and form a ring. 6-membered ring where carbocation is here. On heating, it will deprotonation will occur and they will form this. In this case, there is a 2 ring and 1 unsaturation, means 1 double bond. So degree of unsaturation, it means du is equal to 3. So the right answer is 3 for the question number 21. Now let's cross check the answer. So what is the answer? Answer is 3. 3 is the right option. Now come to the question number 22. Volume of 0.15 m H2SO4 solution required to neutralize 15 ml of 0.5 m KOH in the presence of phenolphthalein. Indicator is, as you know, this is an acid-base reaction, acid plus base reaction. So milliequivalent of acid is equal to the milliequivalent of base. So for this, as you know, milliequivalent is the normality in volume in ml. So we can write This is the molarity into n factor into volume in ml. That is also equal to the molarity into n factor into volume in ml. So what is the molarity? What is the molarity? The value of molarity is 0.15. N factor for H2SO4, that is the 1, not 1, that is 2. Volume we need to find is equal to molarity, that is the 0.5, and the N factor for KOH, that is 1, volume 15 ml. Now solve this equation. 50 point, you can remove the point, and this 15, then 15 will cut. Volume in ml, that is equal to 50 upon 2, that is 25 ml should be the right answer. Now let's cross check the answer. If we cross check the answer, yes, definitely 25 is the right answer. Now come to the next question, guys. How many moles of CH3CO? Basically, this is a acetic anhydride. Okay, this is the acetic anhydride required to react 1 mole of sucrose. Basically, acetic anhydride will react the OH which is present in the sucrose. So, in the structure of sucrose, 8 OH minus are present. So the answer should be 8. So 8 OH will react 1 acetic anhydride for 1 OH group. So answer should be 8. Now we will cross check the answer. Yes, definitely 8 is the right answer. Come to the question number. This is the question number 27. Come to the question number 28. This question belongs to the thermodynamics. Following reversible process are performed. Basically, these all are the reversible processes are performed for 1 mole of monoatomic gas, definitely. So this is the temperature and volume graph. So AB is the process AB is isothermal. Process B to C, basically it is a isochoric. C to D, once again, this C to D is isothermal. And D to A is equal to, once again, it is isochoric. So select the number of correct statement among the following. So statement first, that is a P. Delta E. Delta E is internal energy. Internal energy A to B is equal to 0, and delta H is A to B is equal to 0. So basically the formula of delta E is equal to NCV delta T. If the process is isothermal, it means delta T is 0. That means delta E becomes 0. Same for delta H. The formula is NCP delta T. That means it is also 0, because for the process A to B is isothermal, and for isothermal process, temperature is equal to, change in temperature is equal to 0. We can say temperature is constant during this process, during the isothermal process. So the statement 1 is right, definitely. For statement Q, so for Q, that is the B2C. B2C is definitely isochoric. For isochoric process, we know that delta V is equal to 0, and you know the formula, minus P external into delta V, and change in volume is 0, so the work done is 0. Yes, definitely Q statement is also right. If I'm talking about the R statement, when we move from C to D, we can see here temperature decreases. Temperature is constant, and the volume decreases. When we decrease the volume, entropy change will decreases. Yes, definitely delta S should be the less than 0. So our statement is also right. For the statement S, once again for A to B, I'm talking about the A to B. As you know, A to B is isothermal, so delta U is 0, and you know that delta U is equal to Q plus W, and Q is equal to minus W. And during this A to B, there is expansion. Expansion means work done by the system. There should be the work done by the system, and work done by the system is negative. Now work done by the system is negative, so overall Q will come positive. So Q will come positive. Definitely the value of Q is greater than, should be greater than 0. So answer is statement, it means statement S is also right. So what should be the right answer? What is the right answer? That should be the 4. All the 4 statements are right. Now we will cross check. Yes, 4 is the right answer. Now this is the question number 24. We will discuss the question number 25. So what the question number 25 says, find the number of resonating structure of the given carbon ion where negative charges is on 2-degree carbon. So what we have to do for this question, we need to draw the all resonating structure for the given compound, given ion. Now this bond will going to break like this will going to break like this. So the next resonating structure should be like this. That should be negative charge here and like this. Now next resonating structure should be like this. It should be, yes. Now come to the next one. Negative, and this should be negative, negative, and like this. Okay, now next. Now for the next. Now next. Now next. Okay. So out of these, how many structure have the negative charge on 2-degree carbon? This structure, yes, definitely this carbon is connected with this and this carbon only, so it is a 2-degree. Yes, 2. Yes, no. This is not the this is first, this is second, and not for this. This is the third. Now once again, this is the fourth. So the answer should be the 4. Now cross check the answer. Yes, the answer is 4. Okay. Now as you can see, the answer is 4. You have to draw the number of resonating structures. And you have to draw the number of resonating structure. So now that's all. This was the question number 25. Hope your exam was going well, and all the best for your future exam. Bye bye, Vacho. Bye. See you once again.
To welcome you to our FT-10 ka discussion. So I hope all of you have given this test and you were able to score amazing marks as well. If you have any doubts, we'll be discussing all of the questions in today's session. Any doubts that you have will be cleared, and you'll also get an idea as to which questions are the ones you should have attempted and which are the questions which were best left untouched. Okay? So yes, let's start off with the very first question. What do we have over here? We have 5 power log of base 49 into 49 plus 20 root 6 into log root 7 to the base 5. Now, first of all, I can see over here that there's a 49 and there's a root 7 over here. And along with this, I can see that there's a 5 which is better suited for the 5 power present outside as well over here. Right, so I can write this as 5 power. Let's take from 49, let me take 49 square, that's 7 square. That 2 I will take outside, it will come in the denominator. Log this 49 plus 20 root 6 to the base 7. And over here also, log root 7, I will take 7 power 1 by 2, say 1 by 2 outside, that will come as it is directly log of 7 to the base 5. Now this 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, that will become directly equal to 1 by 4. And what we have over here is 1 by 4 into log of 49 plus 20 root 6 to the base 5. That when you use base change over here, log 7 gets cancelled out. You have log 40 plus 20 root 6 to the base 5 wala format over here. We can send this power 1 by 4 over to the numerator and then use base change. And then you can interchange this 5 and 49 plus 20 root 6 power 1 by 4, and that will give you 49 plus 20 root 6 power 1 by 4 as the overall expression. Now we need to convert this out into root a plus root b ka format. How can we do that? We're going to think about creating some perfect squares. This 24, I can write it as 25 plus 24 plus 20 root 6. And what is this 20 root 6? Can I say it as 5 into 4 into root 6 ka format, which is nothing but root 2 into root 3, or root 6 itself I can keep it as it is. Or rather, let's write this as 2 into 5 into 2 root 6. Yeah, that's the best way. Why? Because now I have a square, b square, which is 2 root 6 ka square over here, plus 2ab ka part over here. Which means what is this? This is 5 plus 2 root 6, the whole square. So that square and power 1 by 4 will get cancelled out. You have 5 plus 2 root 6 power 1 by 2. Now how can I break 5 plus 2 root 6? I can write this as root 2 ka square plus root 3 ka square plus 2 into root 2 into root 3. 2 into root 2 into root 3 power 1 by 2. What is this? This is root 2 plus root 3 the whole square, which is equal to root 2 plus root 3. So root a plus root b is root 2 plus root 3. So a plus b will be equal to option B, 5 over here. Okay, everyone? I hope the idea is clear. So that's the basic simple funda over here. All that you had to do was use a little bit of basic algebra wala part over here. Okay, got it? All right, so guys, this was I would say an easier question directly, which we can use basic simplification, and quick observation should have helped you get this one. Okay, so I'll say that this will come inside the easy category of questions. Okay, let's move on. Let's have a look at the next one. What do you have? P is a point on the hyperbola x square upon 9 minus y square upon 4 equals to 1 in the first quadrant, such that the area of triangle formed by P and the two foci of hyperbola. Oh, this is a very simple question. You just need to get the foci over here. So for that we need eccentricity. What is eccentricity? It is root of 1 plus 4 by 9, which is equal to root 13 by 3 is your eccentricity. And what are your foci? Therefore the foci will be 3 into, so that's minus root 13 comma 0, and you have root 13 comma 0 over here. So distance between the foci is 2 root 13, and let me assume that the point P is somewhere over here, and whatever its coordinates are, let's assume that to be x comma y as the coordinates over here. This distance is y, so area of this triangle I can say is nothing but half into base, which is 2 root 13, into height, which is y. This is given to you as 2 root 13, gives you y equals to 2. If you have gotten the value of y as equal to 2, substitute y equal to 2 into your hyperbola, and that gives you x square upon 9 plus 1 equals to 1 equals to 2. That gives you x square equals to 18. So what is the distance of the point from origin over here? This is root of x square plus y square over here. That's root of 18 plus 4, which is equal to root 22. Square of the distance. So that's root 22 ka square. That's 22 will be the answer for this question. That's 22 will be the answer for this question. Plain and simple, basic manipulation ka question. Okay, everybody, I hope the idea is clear. Moving on. What do we have now? Out of 21 tickets from the numbers 1 to 21, 3 tickets are drawn at random. The chance or probability that the numbers on them are present in an AP is given to you as 10 by 133. Second statement is a generalized one rather. Out of 2n plus 1 ticket, 3 are chosen at random. The probability that they are in AP is 4n minus 1 upon 4n square minus 1. See, in such cases, always prove the general statement first. Because if the general statement is true or false, or even if we get something else, I can check statement 1 very easily. Otherwise, for statement 1, you will have to do the same logic and then move ahead and do the generalized one as well. So always first do the generalized one. So we'll play with the statement 2 first. So for statement 2, if 3 numbers are present in an AP, I know that the simple relation is 2b should be equal to a plus c over here. Now what this means is the first and the last term that I'm choosing, the first and the last term, their sum is an even number, which means they have to be either both even or they have to be both odd, right? The sum of 2 numbers is even only when you have both even numbers or both odd numbers. So these are the only 2 possibilities. So let me select C, and the moment you select the first and the last term, the middle term automatically becomes selected. So no need to select it separately. No need to select it separately. It gets automatically selected. Okay. So now what will I say? The number of ways selecting 2 odd numbers. So out of 2n plus 1, can I say that over here there are a total of n or even numbers and there is a n plus 1 odd numbers, because you start from 1, right? So I can have selecting 2 even numbers would be nc2, selecting 2 odd numbers would be n plus 1c2, would be n plus 1c2. Total number of ways of making the selection, that is 2n plus 1c3. Out of the total, I'm selecting 3, so that's 2n plus 1 C3. Now, this is the expression that we have. Now we need to go ahead and simplify this as much as possible, and we need to check, does it come out as 4n minus 10 upon 4n square minus 1. So what do we have? We have n factorial upon n minus 2 factorial into 2 factorial plus n plus 1 factorial upon n minus 1 factorial into 2 factorial. Whole thing is divided by 2n plus 1 factorial divided by 2n plus 1 minus 3, that is 2n minus 2 factorial into 3 factorial. So let's simplify this expression out as much as possible. So first of all, I can cancel this 2 factorial and this 3 over here. I'll be left with just a 3. And then over here, the remaining part, what all can I cancel? Let's go for the simple cancellation itself. I'll get n into n minus 1 over here. If I cancel this, I will get n plus 1 into n. And over here, if I cancel this, what will I get? I will get 2n plus 1 into 2n into 2n minus 1. Okay. So overall, what I have is in the numerator wala part, if I take the n common, I'll get n into n minus 1 plus n plus 1. Very well. Divided by, this is the denominator wala 3, I can set it to the numerator, into 2n plus 1 into 2n into 2n minus 1. Very good. So this looks like something we can play around with. So this also cancels out. What do we have? We have 3 into 2n, that is 6n, divided by, what do we have over here? This 2 also I can cancel. No? We'll cancel that later. So 2 into 4n square minus 1. This also I can cancel. So the general probability is 3n upon 4n square minus 1. Now if you look at the option, it is 4n minus 10 divided by 4n square minus 1. The numerator is incorrect. So statement 2 is directly false. And the only option with statement 2 false is option C. Therefore, that's the answer. You don't even have to check statement 1. Statement 1 you can also check. For 21, you just have to put what? N equals to 10, right? 2n plus 1 is 21. So you just put n is equal to 10 over here. So n equal to 10, what do you get? 30 divided by 400 minus 1, 399 wala part over here. That is yes equal to, if you cancel one of the 3, 10 upon 133 will be the answer. So statement 1 is true, but statement 2 is a false statement over here. Okay. Hope the idea is clear. Moving on. What do we have now? So matrix A, which contains diagonal elements are AA, non-diagonal elements are B and C, formed using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A, B, C are distinct. Very well. Probability that the determinant is less than or equal to 0. Basically, A square minus BC I need to make it less than or equal to 0. Right? Basically, I need to ensure that my A square is less than or equal to BC. So the process is always in such crime of cases, where there's less number of variables involved, you have to take cases. So I'll start with A equal to 1. Now, here for A equal to 1, can you see that out of the remaining 5, any two numbers you take, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 2, that product will be always bigger than 1 ka square. So 5C2. But then between B and C, I can also rearrange, right? B could be, if I select 2 and 3, amongst BC, they can interchange, right? They can go 3, 2, 2, 3. So multiply by 2 factorial as well. Then let's say A equals to 2. A equals to 2, consider the big ones. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Out of that, if I take any 2 factorial, works fine. But apart from that, 2 square, which is 4, take a look at this. Can I also take combination like 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6? Basically, I have 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, and the opposite one also. Basically, a 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1. So basically, I have 6 extra cases as well. Very similarly, I can go for A equals to 3, and I take 3 out of 4, 5, 6. Take any 2, 3C2 multiplied by 2 factorial amongst B and C. Now, except for just between 4, 5, 6, can I involve 1 and 2? Let's think about that. What is A square? A square is 9. So yeah, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, none of it works. 2, 4 doesn't work. But 2, 5, 2, 6, it's bigger. 2, 5 and 2, 6, their product is actually bigger than 9. And I can also flip it like 5, 2, 6, 2. So basically, I can add 4 extra cases which are possible over here. Then, if I take A equals to 4, 16. So out of 5 and 6, obviously I can take 5, 6, 6, 5. So basically there are 2 possibilities present over here. Just these 2 possibilities over here amongst 5, 6. Apart from that, can I take any smaller number? So for 16, can I also go for 3, 5 doesn't work. 3, 6, 6, 3 also works, right? So I have plus 2 as well. So basically one combination of 6, 5 and one combination of 6, 3. Then if I take A equals to 5, 25. No product. Even 6 into 4 is actually less than 25. So there is no possibility over here. Okay? So add all of this up, and that gives you the final probability of total number of favorable ways, which comes out as basically 52. Okay? And total number of ways is simply you need to select these 3 numbers over here. First of all, select 63, and after that, between B and C, you can even rearrange those 2 out. So that's why 63 into 3C1 into 2 over here. This is the logic that you have. So total number of ways is 120, and 120 52 divided by 120 gives you the final answer for this question. The important part over here, selecting A and all of that funda is relatively very simple. You select three numbers. So 120 getting is very simple, right? Select any three numbers, A, B, C fix ho gaya. After that, select which will be A, and after that, select which is going to be B and C. That's it. Okay? That's the entire process. Way too easy. But the actual part, the interesting wala funda jo hai, that comes up when you are talking about the cases that you have to take, where A square is actually less than or equal to your 2 over here. For this, you can also select like, I need to select A, B, C. A has 6 options, B has 5 options, and whichever one are left, and C has 4 options. So that's directly 120. You could even just do this together total. No need to think about 63, select 3, then select 1, then arrange the 2. Nothing is required. Even this just works perfectly fine. Okay, moving on. What do we have here? Number of integral values k for which this quadratic expression is greater than or equal to 0 for all x. Then what is integral minus m to m greatest integral? Okay, so anytime you have a quadratic equation, always positive. We know that you need to ensure that your 5 minus k jo hai, that is greater than or equal to greater than 0. That's a positive value, and your discriminant is negative. What is discriminant? That is b square 4k square minus 4 into a, which is 5 minus k, into c, which is k plus 1. This has to be less than 0. So you can cancel this 4 out. You have k square minus, what do you have over here? Over here you have minus k square minus k, that's plus 4k plus 5 is less than 0. So basically you have 2k square minus 4k minus 5 should be less than 0. This is the expression you have. Let's find the roots. I don't think 10 and sum is minus 4. We don't really have anything direct factorizing, right? So you'll have to use the quadratic formula over here. What will be your k? K will be equal to minus b plus minus a root of b square minus 4ac, that's 8 plus 40 divided by 4 over here. This is the format that you have. Can I take a 16 common? Yes, I can take a 16. No, I cannot take a 16 common over here entirely, right? I can just take a 4 common. So basically I can cancel 2. And when I take 4 common over here, what will I get? I'll get basically 4 plus 10, that's root 14 divided by 2. So 2 plus minus root 14 divided by 2. So I can say that where does my k lie? My k has to lie between 2 minus root 14 by 2 and 2 plus root 14 by 2. This is the value where it has to lie. Now approximate value of root 14, can I say root 14 jo hai, it lies between root 9 and root 16. It is much more closer to root 16 as compared to root 3. So I will say that the value is somewhere like, let's say something like 3.8. Approximate value is perfectly fine. We don't have to find the exact value. So approximately 3.8. That means where does your k lie? I can say k lies between 2 minus 3.8, that's minus 1.8 upon 2, that's minus 0.9, and you have 5.8 divided by 2 over here, that's equal to, what do you have, 2.9 over here. So I have my k lying between minus 0.9 and 2.9. So how many integral values are possible? I have 0, 1 and 2. So I have 3 integral values possible for k, which means the value of m is equal to 3. So if m is equal to 3, I need to find integral minus 3 to 3 greatest interior function of x cube. This is the integral I'm looking for. I'll use the King's rule. I can write this as 3 minus x ka cube. So that's minus x cube. And now if I add these two, I can say 2 times integral is integral minus 3 to 3 greatest interior function of x cube plus greatest interior function of minus x cube. What is the addition of a term? Greatest interior function of one term and negative of its greatest interior function. I can say that that's always equal to minus 1. And also I can say this is 2 times, as it is minus 1, which is a constant function over here. It will be even. So I can write that as 2 times 0 to 3. So what is this? Integral will be equal to simply minus 3 over here. Minus 1 ka integral is minus x, minus 3, minus 0. That's minus 3. So I can say that my integral will be equal to minus 3. That should be the answer. Yes. Option B is the answer for this question. Okay. Plain and simple. Basic logic wala question. Okay. Moving on. What do we have? So I have been told that Z is a complex number a plus bi, where a, b belongs to integers. Argument lies between minus pi to pi. Okay. Modulus of Z is less than or equal to 10. All right. Probability that modulus Z is an integer. So now, first of all, I need to get the sample space, which is modulus Z less than or equal to 10. So let's ensure that b cannot be equal to 0, a plus bi. So what this means is a square plus b square ka jo value hai, that should be less than or equal to 100. Okay. Again, we have to go ahead and take cases. So like, let's start with the smaller value amongst the two be fixed, right? Let's say the smaller value amongst the two of them is 0. Magnitude of the smaller value is 0. So a can be equal to 0. And then can I say that b can take what all values? B can take, see, b cannot be equal to 0. So apart from 0, b can take all the values, right? From 1 till 10. So basically I have 10 options over here. Along with this, can I also take b is minus 1, minus 2, all the negative values as well? So basically when a is equal to 0, and I cannot flip the two of them. Okay? I cannot say that b can be equal to 0, a 1, 2, B equal to 0 is not allowed. So a combination where the smaller term out of A and B, its magnitude is 0. Okay, that's only possible with these 20 cases. Okay? So A equal to 0 pe smaller term ka magnitude 0 pe, these are the only possibilities. Now if I take the smaller term ka magnitude as 1, okay, now what will I have? I can take B is equal to from 1, 2, 3 up until not 10, 9. And now we have to do a little bit of work. See, now I have only made this combination 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. Now how many manipulations with negative and switching between A and B I can do, that I have to think. So think like this. Let me take two numbers that are different. So let's say 1 and 2. So can I take 2 and 1? Yes, I can. Can I take minus 1 and 2? Yes, I can. Can I take 2 and minus 1? Yes, I can. Can I take minus 1 and minus 2? Yes. Minus 2, 1? Yes. Minus 1, minus 2? Yes. Minus 2, minus 1. So basically just bit. Okay, basically just with 1 and 2, similarly 1 and 3 till 1 and 9, I have a total of 8 different combinations possible. I have a total of 8 different combinations possible. So what I could say over here is the total values that I have, right? Total values that I have are, I have 9 terms possible. So I will say that over here I have 9 into 8 different combinations which I can take. But then there's a problem with 1. When I take A and B equals to 1, here only I have 1, 1, minus 1, minus 1, 1, minus 1, and minus 1, 1. I only have 4 combinations possible. I don't have 8 combinations because some of them will get repeated. So I'll have to subtract the extra 4 that I've taken. I'll have to subtract the extra 4 conditions between 1, 1 which I have taken. In a very similar way, we'll go for B equal to 1. So sorry, A equals to, we'll go for A equals to 2. So when A is equal to 2, see, when I'm saying A equal to 2, what I'm signifying, again let me tell you, is out of A and B, the smaller magnitude, the smaller term ka magnitude jo hai, a smaller magnitude is 2. Okay? Or equal also allowed, but smaller should be 2. Now B can take what all values? Now B can take again all the values from 1, 2, 3 up until 9. Okay? There's no problem. 81 plus 4 is still less than 100. Perfectly fine. Here also how many options will I get? I'll get here also. I'll get a total of 9. 2, 1 wala case so we have already taken. So we'll reject this. 2, 1 wala case so we have already taken now over there. See, this is why it's a smaller magnitude. 1 I cannot take. Okay? So 2, 1 wala case is already taken initially. So I'll start with 2 itself. So here I will have 8 into 8 minus 4. Then we start with A equals to 3. Here I will have B equals to 3, 4 again up until 9 because 90 still less than 100. So I will have 7 into 8 minus 4. 3, 3 wale case ke liye minus 4. A equals to 4. I'll have B equals to 4, 5 again up until 9 because 81 plus 16 still less than 100. So I have 6 into 8 minus 4. Now when you reach A equals to 5, now you start from B equals to 5, 6, 7, 8. You cannot go up until 9 because 81 plus 25 is bigger than 100. So you only have 4 options over here. Therefore 4 into 8 minus 4. Then A equals to 6 pe, you have B equal to 6, 7, 8 just barely reaches because 64 plus 36 is exactly equal to 100. So you have 3 into 8 minus 4. At A equals to 7, you have what? B equal to 7, 49. That's the only possibility that you have. So 1 into 8 minus 4. And A equals to 8. I cannot have a smaller value possible. 8, 8 pe, it is not exactly something that is acceptable over here. So now this is the total number of favorable, total cases where modulus Z is less than or equal to 10. Now that we have gotten. Now I need to think about, the question is, what is the probability that modulus Z is an integer? So for integer, can I take all of these 20 cases? Ye 20 cases to perfectly fine hai because 0, 1, all of these cases I'll get integers. Apart from this, what combination of A and B can I take? Pythagorean triplets. So between 0 to 10, how many Pythagorean triplets do I have? I have the Pythagorean triplets on the lines of 3, 4 and 6, 8. These are the only 2 Pythagorean triplets that I have. So 3, 4 mein, just like I have done the arrangements over here, there are 8 combinations possible between 3 and 4, which will be present over here. And similarly, between 6 and 8, which is present over here, also I have the same 8 combinations possible. So favorable outcomes is what? Favorable outcomes is a total of 36, and the total number of possibilities is this 20 times 9 into 8 minus 4, 8 into 8 minus 4. Add all of this up. This gives you the final answer. Total probability possibilities as 296, and the favorable one as 36. 36 upon 296, I believe you can divide by 4, which gives you 9 upon 74 as the final answer. Now this one is a question which I would say is best kept to be solved at the end. Okay, it is best kept to be just solved at the end. Do not get into it initially. I don't believe taking these many cases, finding out everything, figuring out all the possibilities is worth it to get 4 marks. And if you miss even one case, make a slight mistake, you will end up losing your marks rather. Okay, so it's rather best to keep this as a last question. After you're done with all the questions you can solve, then kind of get into this. Okay, so moving on. What do we have here? Now this is an easy question. Why? Because sine inverse x minus 2 and sine inverse x minus 3, they are both negative. Why? Because sine inverse x lies between minus pi by 2 and plus pi by 2, and minus 2 is smaller than both of them. So sine inverse x minus 2 will be always negative. Sine inverse x minus 3 also always negative. Negative is positive, so I can just ignore it out. And the only thing that I have is sine inverse of x greater than or equal to 1 over here. X greater than or equal to sine 1 is the condition that I have. Because I have sine inverse of x, there's a domain wala part also that x lies between minus 1 and 1. So x is greater than or equal to sine 1, but it also has to be less than or equal to 1. Therefore, option C, sine 1 comma 1 will be the answer. A way too easy of a question. Very straightforward, Safanda. Okay, moving on. What do we have here? So you have sine 101x into sine x power 99 dx. How do we integrate this? Sine of 101x, I can write this as sine 100x plus x. I can write this as sine 100x plus x into sine x power 99, because nothing else I can really see to do. And now I can open this out as sine 100x cos x sine 99x plus integral cos 100x sine x into sine x power 99 dx. Okay, this cos of 100x. Now in the second integral, I have cos of 100x into sine x power 100. No substitution, no basic logic, extra manipulation I'll have to do. Doesn't really give me a good feel. But here, can I see that this sine x power 99 and cos x are a good pair, because that's very easily integrable. So I will consider this as the second function, and I will consider sine of 100x as the first function, and I'll apply by parts over here. So what will I get? I will get sine of 100x into what is integral of cos x into sine x power 99 over here. So I will simply get this as, I will substitute sine x is equal to t. So I'll get t power 99 dx wala format over here. What do I have? I have t power 100, that is sine x power 100 divided by 100 minus integral. What is the derivative of sine of 100x? That's cos of 100x. That's cos of 100x divided by, multiplied by 100. Cos of 100x multiplied by 100. And the integral of cos x into sine x power 99, that's sine 100x, sine x power 100 divided by 100. This 100 gets cancelled out. And can you see that this cos of 100x into sine x power 100 is the exact same expression that you had initially over there as a plus. So you can cancel both of them out. So all you're left off with is sine 100x into sine x power 100 divided by 100, which is option A, the answer for this question, which is directly option A, this answer for the question. Okay? Very simple. Basics of question. Extremely easy. All right. Moving on. What do we have here? A function f of x. It is said to be an even function. Okay. All possible, sum of all possible values of a you have to find. Perfect. Now they got tan x into signum of x. Signum x is an odd function. Tan x is an odd function. Odd into odd we know is an even function. I don't have to worry about it. Now because the problem is x cube is an odd function. X is an odd function. And by multiplying some constant, it is not possible to make it an even function. So you can make it even only by eliminating both x cube and x. How do you do that? Put both of them equal to 0. Just put both of them equal to 0. So what do I get over here? Greatest interior function of a minus 1 into greatest interior function of a minus 4. This is equal to 0. So I have two possible values. That's greatest interior function of a is 1 or 4. Similarly over here, if I factorize this, so I have 2 times fractional part of a minus 1 into 3 times fractional part of a minus 1. Is it factorizing like this? Yes, equals to 0. So fractional part of x has 2 values, that is 1 by 2 and 1 by 3 over here. So what are all possible values of a? I have 1 plus 1 by 2, 1 plus 1 by 3, 4 plus 1 by 2, and 4 plus 1 by 3. You can add all of this up. 2 and you have 8, that's 10, 11, 11 plus 2 by 3. 11 plus 2 by 3 should give you what? 33 plus 2 by 3, 35 by 3. 35 by 3 will be the answer for this question. Okay. Got it, everyone? Very simple, basic logic wala question. Again, this question absolutely doable. Okay, no problems over here. You should have absolutely tried this one out. So moving on. Now we have y is the solution of this differential equation. Very well. Then what is the minimum value of y? Okay, y of 0 is given to as 0. So this is basically you have to find the solution, solve the differential equation, get the solution. And after that, you need to minimize the function between minus root 2 to root 2. So this is a tedious question. If you see this question, leave it initially, not worth putting the effort in. Initially, you should do this. It's not very difficult question, but just a bit lengthier one, I'd say. Okay, so over here, what can I say? This is basically a reducible to linear differential equation type of question. So I don't like this y combined with x, right? Let's divide the entire expression by e power y. So you get e power minus y dy by dx equals to e power minus y plus x into e power minus x ka format over here. And now what I will do is I will put this e power minus y as equal to t. So this gives me minus t dt by dx. Sorry, minus dt by dx. Okay, simply minus dt by dx is equal to t plus x into e power minus x. So if I bring everything over to one side and convert this out into a standard linear differential equation, I'll get t plus dt by dx is equal to minus x into e power minus x over here. This is the format that I have over here. So yes, I have y plus p into dy by dx equal to q ka format. So p is equal to 1. So what is integrating factor? I can say that's e power integral 1 into dx, that is e power x. So in the solution, it will be t into y into e power x is equal to integral q, which is minus x into e power minus x into integrating factor e power x plus c. So what is t? T was e power y. So you get e power x minus y is equal to minus x square by 2 plus the constant of integration. This is the expression you have. You have been told that 0, 0 ko this satisfies. So let's put 0, 0. So you'll get e power 0, 1 is equal to 0 plus c. So c ka value we have got as equal to 1. So what does the final function look like? The final function is e power x minus y. E power x minus y equals to 1 minus x square upon 2. Okay, now we need, let me rewrite this a little bit. I can say x minus y is ln of 1 minus x square by 2. So I can say y is equal to x minus ln of 1 minus x square by 2. Now I got my final function y over here. Now what is the question? I need to find its maximum value, right? I need to find its minimum value. I need to find the minimum value of this expression for x belonging to minus root 2 comma root 2 over here. So what are we going to do? We'll directly differentiate this. So dy by dx will come out as 1 minus 1 upon 1 minus x square by 2 into what is the derivative of 1 minus x square by 2? That's 0 minus 2x upon 2 over here. So what do we have? We have 1 minus minus plus 2x upon 2 minus x square ka format. This is the expression that you have over here. Now just put this as equal to 0 over here. So what will this give you? This will give you 2 minus x square plus 2x is equal to 0 over here. So that's x square minus 2x minus 2 equals to 0. So what is the value of x? Minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2 over here. So what is this? 12. I can take it outside. So 1 plus minus root 3 over here. 1 plus root 3 is bigger than root 2, so that's rejected. So I only have 1 minus root 3 over here. And I can see that as 1 plus minus root 3 are two solutions. But before 1 minus root 3, it is going to be negative, and then it is going to be positive. So that means at 1 minus root 3, I do have a point of minima. So I've got the point where the function is minima at 1 minus root 3. But now the question is still not done. What do you have to find? You need to find the value of y of x at the minima. So basically in this function, now I need to substitute x is equal to 1 minus root 3. So basically 1 minus root 3 minus ln 1 minus root 3 ka square. 1 minus root 3 ka square divided by 2. So this cancels out and this cancels out 2. And what do you have? You have 1 minus root 3 minus ln of 1 minus 2, that's minus 1, root 3 minus 1. Hopefully we have an option. 1 minus root 3 minus ln of root 3 minus 1. Wonderful. Option B is the answer. But now I hope you're able to see that this is not a question which you should attempt initially at all, because there's differential equation, then there's application of derivative, and after that there is also a little bit calculative log wala term which we have to find. So not at all a question that you should try initially, very calculative. It's still doable. Not that I would say you should leave this question. Still an easy one. You can do this, but later part, not initially, never initially. Okay. Chalo bhai. Moving on. Let's have a look at the next one. One of the most standard type of question that you can ever get over here. What do we know? Distance between two lines. We know the formula is a2 minus a1 dot b1 cross b2 magnitude divided modulus divided by b1 cross b2 ka magnitude over here. b1 cross b2, first of all, we'll get what is b1 cross b2 coming out as I cap, j cap, k cap. So you have 2, 3, minus 1, and you have 2, 1, 3 over here. What is this equal to? This is 9 minus of minus plus 1, that is 10 I cap. Then minus j cap ke saath you have 6 minus of minus 2, that's plus 8, but minus 8 j cap. And k cap ke liye you have 2 minus 6, that is minus 4 k cap over here. Now this is your expression that we are looking for. So what is this? B1 cross B2. And what is A2 minus A1? A2 minus A1 will be minus 3 minus 3, that is minus 6 I cap. Then you have 6 minus 2, that is plus 4 J cap. Then you have 5 minus 1, that is plus 4 K cap over here. Okay, this is A2 minus A1. So we have got A2 minus A1 as well. Now A2 minus A1 dot B1 cross B2. What do you have? That's minus 60, minus 32 you have, and you have a minus 16 over here, right? Minus 16 over here, and the whole expression is divided by B1 cross B2 ka modulus over here. So what is B1 cross B2 ka modulus over here? That's a root of 100 plus 64 plus 16 over here. That's root of 180 and 108. Can we simplify? 180 may say, I think you can take the 36 common, right? Comes out as 6, and 6 and 108 can we cancel? Yes, we can cancel 18. 18 by root 5. Option A will be the answer for this question. Option A will be the direct answer for this question over here. Okay, everyone? Hope the idea is clear. So very basic, simple sum manipulation is all that you have to do over here. Simple question, not very difficult. Simple manipulation, and you are very easily getting the answer over here. Chalo, moving on. Let's have a look at the next one. So what do we have here? Z is a complex number which is satisfying this equation. Modulus Z plus iota plus modulus Z minus iota is equal to 8. Then what is the maximum value of modulus Z? Then what is the maximum value of modulus Z over here? Okay. See guys, now this is a question wherein we use a little bit of logic. Now they are telling you that there is a complex number 0, 1 and 0, minus 1, and you are taking you're talking about all the terms, all the complex numbers for which the sum of distance from these 2 points is constant. And what does that directly talk about? Can I say that that is directly talking about nothing but your ellipse over here? This is directly talking about what? This is directly talking about your ellipse over here as it is. So what you have over here by the definition of ellipse, right? What is ellipse? The collection of points for which the sum of distance from those 2 points is a constant value. 8 is given to you. And what is 8? 8 is the length of the major axis, which is over here. So this will be 0, 4 and sorry. Why did I put it opposite? 0, 4 and 0, minus 4 over here. So what is the maximum value of modulus Z? The point which is going to be farthest from your origin is going to be 0, 4. The maximum distance will be 4 units over here. Therefore, option B will be the answer for this question. Now this one right here is nothing but simple observation. Okay? All you have over here is just observation. The moment you look at the question over here, what is the funda that you have? Directly with that you can get the answer. Directly with that you can get the answer. Okay? Everybody, I hope the idea is clear. Plain and simple, very basic question in this one. Okay, moving on. Let's have a look at the next one. What do we have over here? So there's a line passing through the point 1, 2 such that its intercepted segment between the coordinate axis is bisected at P. Okay, so it is passing through the point 1, 2, and this part is bisected, right? This region is bisected over here. So can I say that this point will be nothing but 0, 4 and this point will be nothing but 2, 0, which gives me the equation of line as x by 2 plus y by 4 equals to 1. Very well, we have got line L. Now what they are telling you is there is a line L1 which is perpendicular to this L and it is passing through minus 2, 1. Perpendicular to L and it is passing through minus 2, 1. So if it is perpendicular to this L over here, can I say that the slope, so over here, what is the slope of this line? Can I say that the slope of this line will be y equals to minus 4 by 2? The slope over here is minus 2. So the slope for this line will be equal to 1 upon 2 over here. So slope for this line which we are looking for, the line L1 jo hai, uska slope will be equal to 1 by 2. So slope is equal to 1 by 2 passing through minus 1, 2. Can I say y minus 1 will be equal to m into x minus of minus 1. So that's basically 2y minus 2 equals to x plus 2. That's x minus 2y plus 4 equals to 0. And you have the line, second line, what is this? If I multiply the entire expression with what, 4, so I'll get 4x plus y minus 4 equals to 0. So these are the 2 lines. You can very easily solve. Multiply this one with 2 and then just add the 2 of them up. That will give you the x coordinate, I believe. So what will you get when you multiply this one with 2 and add? So you'll get something like 9x, and you will have over here a minus 4 wala part is equal to 0 wala expression where you will get solve that and you can get the point of intersection. The point of intersection comes out as 4 by 5, 12 by 5. So that's a very, very simple question over here. nothing to basically worry about, or extreme calculation also is not involved over here. Okay? Simple calculation, solve the 2 points, solve the 2 lines, and you get 4 by 5, 12 by 5 as the answer over here. Let's have a look at the next question over here. So mean deviation about median of these numbers A, 2A, 550A is given to us 50. What is the value of mod of A? Very well. So to get the mean deviation about median, first of all, we need the median over here, right? So can I say that when I have 50 terms over here, the 2 middle terms are 25A and 26A. So can I say that their median will be, 25A plus 26A by 2, that is 51A by 2 over here. And what is the mean deviation? I need to keep on subtracting all of the terms over here, right? So first of all, I have A, 51A by 2 minus A ka mod. Then I'll have 51A by 2 minus 2A ka mod. Keeps on going up until 51A by 2 minus 50A ka mod over here. So what do we have over here? This is equal to minus 2A, that's 49A by 2 ka mod. And in the last term, last part, what do I have over here? Over here, I will have 102 minus, oh, hold on a second, have you made some mistake over here? Oh, why did I take a 50A by 2? This will be just 50 now. So what do we get over here? 100. Yeah, that's 49A by 2 come out. And now I hope you're able to see that there's going to be a simple pattern over here. That's 47A by 2 and keeps on going. In the middle part, you will get 2 A by 2s at 25 and at 26. You will get A by 2 plus A by 2. And after that, again, it will keep on increasing up until 49A by 2 over here. So I can say that, and as I'm finding the mean deviation, and there are 50 terms, I'll also have to divide the entire expression by 50. I'll also have to divide the entire expression by 50 over here. So I can say that 2500 jo hai, that is equal to, let's take mod A by 2. Okay, let's write this as 2 times mod A by 2 plus 3 times mod A by 2 till 49 times mod A by 2 over here. I can cancel this 2 out. And now what I have is I have 2500 is equal to, total number of terms over here is 25 terms. So that's 25 by 2 into first term plus last term over here. That is mod A plus 49 times mod A wala expression over here. So this 25 and this 25, I can cancel it out. And I have 100 into 2 equals to 50 times mod A. That's 200 divided by 50. Therefore, I can say that my mod of A is equal to nothing but 4. I can say that my mod of A is equal to nothing but 4. So that means option D, 4 should be the answer, which is the answer over here. Okay, option D will be the answer for this question. Pretty simple, basic, a little bit calculation wala question. Okay, moving on. We have a function from minus infinity comma minus 1 to 0 comma e power 5. The function is e to the power x cube minus 3x plus 2. So exponential function jo hai, it behaves very similar to whatever function is present inside exponential, right? Exponential otherwise is a simple 1 1 and on to if the range is from 0 to infinity wala part, no problems over there. So I will basically do my analysis on x cube minus 3x plus 2. Now x cube minus 3x plus 2, if I differentiate, I will get 3x square minus 3. Which is 3 times x plus 1 into x minus 1 ka format over here. So minus 1 plus 1, positive, negative, positive over here. So I can say that x cube minus 1 jo hai, till minus 1 over here, it is going to be an increasing function. And after that, it will be decreasing function. And then it will again be an increasing function over here. This is basically the nature of e power x cube minus 3x plus 2. Now for us, what is our domain? From minus infinity till minus 1. That is very well. I can say directly it is a 1 1 function. Because there is nowhere the value of x cube minus 3x plus 2 is repeating, so no problem. Now to check onto into, I can see it's an always increasing expression. Just find the value at x equal to minus 1. So if I put x equal to minus 1, f of minus 1 ka value, what are you getting? You're getting e power minus 1 plus 3 plus 2 over here. Oh, this is coming out as e power 4. This is coming out as e power 4, meaning it will not reach e power 5. It cannot contain the entire codomain in its range, means it is a into function. It cannot be an onto function. It cannot be an onto function. Okay. All right, everyone. The idea is clear. Basic, simple manipulation from data. Okay, moving on. Let's have a look at another one. So what do we have here? The area enclosed by the curve y equal to ln x plus e, and the coordinate axis is what? Very simple question. Ln x plus e. Let's draw the graph. See, this is the graph of ln x where it meets at 1, 0. This is the graph of ln x. Now, if I have x plus e, we know that if you add something inside the function, we know that if you add a term inside the function, graph moves towards right. By how many units? By that many units to the left. So e unit to the left, if I move, So I will have my exponential function look something like this. At this point is E units, if I'm moving, this will be 1 minus E comma 0. This will be what? 1 minus E comma 0, and this is the area that I'm looking for. So can I say that this point is 1 minus E, over here it is 0. So I have integral 0 to 1 minus E ln of x plus E dx. I can put x plus E equals to t and then integrate, or I can directly, we know the integral of ln x, it is x ln x minus x, right? So I can directly take it as x plus E into ln x plus E minus x plus E, limit from 0 to 1 minus E over here. Limit from 0 to 1 minus, oh, why am I writing? I have written this opposite. 1 minus E to 0. From 1 minus E till 0 over here. Substitute the upper limit, 0 first. So what will you get? You'll get E into ln E minus E. So that's 0. Minus, what do you get? When you substitute 1 minus E, you will get 1 into ln 1 minus 1 minus E plus E, cancels out. Minus of minus plus 1. So overall, you only have 1 because this is also equal to 0. ln 1 is 0, right? So final answer should be equal to 1, which is the right answer over here. So very simple. Little bit of graph transformation, basically shifting your graph to the left, and then simple integration. Okay, it's a very easy, straightforward question. Okay, everyone, hope the idea is clear. Moving on, what do we have here? So K is the sum of the coefficients of the odd powers in this expansion. We know anytime you have such type of question, sum of all the coefficients we get by substituting x equals to 1. So I can say sum of all the coefficients is 2 power 99. Then you substitute x equals to minus 1 to create minus at the odd terms, and then adding the two of them, you will get either the sum of even or the odd, whichever you want to find, divided by 2, and that gives you 2 power 98. So sum of only odd powers of x will be directly equal to 2 power 98 over here. One of the most standard methods, I believe. I hope everyone remembers this idea. Okay, so K is equal to 2 power 98. And what is A? A is the middle term of this expansion. 2 plus 1 by root 2 power 200. So we have 201 term. So middle term will be 101st term, right? So T 101 means T 100 plus 1. This is equal to 200 C 100 into 2 to the power 100 into 1 by root 2 power 100, which is 2 to the power 50 over here. So what is this equal to? This is your A, which is 200 C 100 into 2 power 50. So now you have been told that 200 C 99 into K, which is 2 power 98, divided by A, which is 200 C 100 into 2 power 90, 2 power 50. This is equal to 2 power L into M by N. Okay. So first things first, I can cancel these two out. I can get a 2 power 48. Over here, what will I get? I have a 200 factorial divided by 101 factorial, 99 factorial divided by 200 factorial divided by 100 factorial, 100 factorial. So 200 factorial goes off. 99 factorial, 100 factorial goes off. 100 factorial, 101 factorial goes off. So what are you left with? You're left with 100 upon 101 into 2 power 48 is equal to 2 power L M by N. Now you have been told that M and N are odd integers. So that means this 100 is not allowed. I cannot have 100 over here. So I have to write that as 2 square into 25. So send that 2 square out to 2 power 48. And I can rewrite this as 25 by 101 into 2 power 50. This is equal to 2 power L into M by N. So what is L going to be? L will be 50. And what is your N going to be? N will be 101. So 50, 101. Do we have an option? Yes. Option C should be the answer. Is it? Yeah. 50, 101. Option C will be the answer for this question. Okay, everyone? Hope the idea is clear. It's a pretty plain and simple question, not very difficult. Moving on. So you have a line which cuts on the opposite direction of x-axis and y-axis. It's cutting A units on the x-axis, B units on the y-axis. Perpendicular from the origin to this line is making an angle of pi by 6. Perpendicular to the origin is making an angle of pi by 6 over here with the y-axis. It's making perpendicular with the y-axis. So with the x-axis, I can say that this is pi by 3 over here. All right. Now you have been told that the area of this triangle is equal to 98 by 3 root 3. You need to find out what is a square minus b square ka value. Okay. So let's assume that this perpendicular distance is p. Let's assume that this perpendicular distance is p over here. So now in this triangle, in this right angle triangle over here, I have p, I have a, and I have pi by 3 over here. Can I directly say over here that what is this? This is nothing but cos pi by 3, which is 1 by 2. That's equal to p upon a. So I can say that a is equal to nothing but 2p. Similarly, over here I have another triangle wherein I have this 90 degree. This is pi by 6, and I have b, and this is equal to p. So I can say that cos pi by 6, which is root 3 by 2, is equal to p by b over here, which is b is equal to 2p upon root 3 ka format. B will be equal to 2p upon root 3 ka format. Now, if the area is given to you as 98 root 3 by 3, can I say that the area is nothing but half into a into b? A, which is equal to 2p, and b, which is equal to 2p upon root 3. This is equal to 98 upon root 3. Root 3 upon 3 is just 98 upon root 3, right? You can cancel these two, you can cancel these two, you can cancel these two, and you have p square equals 49. P equals to, as it's the distance, 7 over here. That's p is 7. You have a ka value as equal to 14, and you have b ka value as equal to 14 upon root 3. So a square, b square minus a square, you can write that as simply 14 square into 2 by 3 wala expression jo hai, that will give you the answer over here as what? Yeah, 392 divided by 3 will be the answer for the question. Okay, a very simple, straightforward question. It's extremely one of the easiest question that I believe you can get over here. Just x component and y component ka logic is all that was required here. Okay, everyone has got this. Moving on, what do we have? You have y of x is x power x. Find y double dash of 2 minus 2 times y dash of 2. Okay, so basically y of x power x function, you need to find its derivative and its double derivative. So let's find its derivative. So we know how do we solve this logarithmic method. So I take log on both sides. I'll get 1 by y into dy by dx is equal to x, 1 into ln x, 1 into ln x plus x into 1 upon x, giving me dy by dx is equal to x power x into ln x plus 1 wala expression over here. Okay, I've got x power x into ln x plus 1 wala expression over here as dy by dx. Let's differentiate it again. Let's find d square y by dx square. X power x ka derivative, that is nothing but x power x into ln x plus 1. ln x plus 1 multiplied by ln x plus 1 becomes square, plus x power x multiplied by what is the derivative of ln x plus 1. ln x plus 1 ka derivative will be 1 by x plus 0. So basically just 1 by x over here. Okay? Now this is what we have as our derivative and double derivative both. What do we have to find? Y double dash of 2. So let's substitute 2 over here. You will get 2 power 2 into 2 power 2 into ln 2 plus 1 the whole square plus 2 power 2 into 1 upon 2 minus 2 times 2 power 2 into ln 2 plus 1. This is the expression that you have. Okay? This is overall what you have over here. That's it. Just simply open this out. What is this? This is 4 into ln 2 ka square plus 1 plus 2 into ln 2. Yes, plus 2. Then what do you have? You have minus 8 into ln 2, and you have a minus 8 over here. This is what you have overall. So this 8 ln 2 and this 4 into 2 ln 2, I can cancel it out. Then what am I left with? I'm left with 4 times ln 2 ka square, plus 4 plus 2 minus 8 over here. So basically what I'm left with is 4 times ln 2 ka square minus 2 over here. 4 times ln 2 ka square minus 2. Yes, option C will be the answer for this question. Option C will be the direct answer over here. Plain and simple basics question. Okay, there's a pure differentiation wala questions. Go ahead, hard and fast differentiation, use exponential differentiation. Go ahead, use the product rule, simplify, get the answer. Standard type of question. Okay, sure. Moving on. Okay, you have like, sorry, this is a small typo in this one. So you have both of there over here. This should be plus and plus. So what you have been told is there's a r vector which is normal to these two vectors. So if it is normal, I can say that this will be some constant times the cross product of these two vectors, right? I cap, j cap, 4, 5, minus 1, 1, minus 4, and plus 5 over here. So when you open this out, what will you get? You'll get k times, you have 25 minus 4, that is 21 I cap, minus j cap ke saath you have 20 plus 1 minus 21 j cap, and k cap ke saath you have minus 16 minus 5, that's minus 21 k cap over here. Okay? That's r will be, I can write that as 21k times I cap minus j cap minus k cap. Now you have been told that r dot c is equal to 21. So when we take r dot c over here, what will I get? 21k I will get as it is. Then you will have 3 minus 1 minus 1. That's 21 equals to 21k. So k will be equal to 1, which means what is your r? So it is 21 into I cap minus j cap minus k cap. Option C will be the answer for the question. Option C will be the direct answer for this question. Okay, plain and simple, basics of Andata. Alrighty, moving on. what do we have here? We need to find the number of integral values of x wherein this function is differentiable between -4 to 4. Okay. First things first, -4 to -1. Let's work on x square plus 2x. So if I talk about x square plus 2x, what are its roots? Its roots are -2 and 0. So -2, 0, this is what I have. So between -4 and -1, if I have this function, the definition with a mod, so I can say that I'll have the function look something like this. This is -4, this is -3, this is -2, this is -1 over here. Between -4 to -1, I'll get the function of this lines over here. We'll draw the x-axis, y-axis. Okay. Now what have you been told? You have been told that between -1 to 4, you have this greatest interior function of mod x plus mod of greatest interior function of x. Let's first of all take individually -1 to 0. So between -1 to 0, it's a negative number. So mod x ki jagah I can replace -x, and mod of greatest interior function of x, I can just, what is greatest interior function? That's -1. So -1 over here. This is the format that I will get over here. And we know that between -1 to 0, so if x lies between -1 and 0, I can say that -x will lie between 0 to 1. So greatest interior function of -x will be 0. So I'll get 0 plus -1. I'll get 0 plus, sorry, -1 ka mod hai na? So the mod on -1 over here. So that's basically 0 plus 1. So between -1 to 0, the function ka value is simply equal to 1. Now you can also check over here, as this is 1, the derivative will be 0 over here. If you take a look at this part over here, can you see that the derivative of x square plus 2x at -1 is also equal to 0? So at the point -1, the function is going to be differentiable, and at the point -3 also function is differentiable. So I've got 2 points where the function is differentiable already. Now let's work on the next region, that is from 0 to 1. So between 0 to 1, now for all the positive numbers, I can simply write this as greatest interior function of x plus, it's already going to be positive. So the first region, it is going to be plus 0. Then it will be greatest interior function of x plus 1. Then it will be greatest interior function of x plus 2. So can you see that in all of these regions, what I'm getting is something like 0. Then I will get a 2. Then I will get a 4, and so on and so forth. It's jumping. It is going to jump at each and every single instance. So none of the positive integers, it will be differentiable. So the only integral points where the function is differentiable is -3 and -4. Hence 2 points where the function is differentiable. That's the direct answer for the question. All right, moving on. Let's have a look at the next one. So if all the real values of m for which this function is strictly increasing means your f dash of x has to be greater than or equal to 0. Let's differentiate. What will you get? You'll get 3x square upon 3 minus 2 times m minus 3x upon 2 plus m. So cancel all of this out, and this expression has to be greater than or equal to 0 over here. This is the condition. Now the funda comes out that when can this expression with the variable m be greater than or equal to 0? A is already positive. Discriminant simply has to be less than or equal to 0 over here. Discriminant less than or equal to 0 if you go ahead for this. So what can I say? I can say that discriminant is m minus b square minus 4ac should be less than or equal to 0 over here. So you get m square minus 6m, that's minus 10m, plus 9 is less than or equal to 0. So m minus 1 into m minus 9 less than or equal to 0. So m lies between 1 and 9 over here. So 1 plus 9 ka value will be 10. A plus b is equal to 10. A very simple direct question rather. So moving on. So the focus of this parabola y square equal to 4x plus 16 is the center of this circle which has the radius 5. If the values of lambda for which this circle passes through the point of intersection of 3x minus y equal to 0 and x plus lambda y equal to 4 are lambda 1 and lambda 2, then what is the value of 12 lambda 1 plus 29 lambda 2? So this is a pure calculative type of question. So I can write this as y square equal to 4 into x plus 4 over here. So this means where this vertex is going to be, the vertex will be at the point minus 4 comma 0 over here. So that means the focus after coming 1 units over here to the left will be at the point minus 3 comma 0. So the circle has the center at minus 3 comma 0 and radius as 5. So that's x plus 3 the whole square plus y square equal to 5 square. This will be the equation of the circle. We need to find the value of lambda by the point of intersection of these two lines. So to get the point of intersection of these two lines, I have 3x equals to y, and from there I can say that x plus 3 lambda x is equal to 4. So x is equal to 4 upon 3 lambda plus 1, and y will be equal to 12 upon 3 lambda plus 1. This is the point of intersection. I could directly substitute this point of intersection, or rather I can use a bit of logic and I can say that if y is equal to 3x, why don't I directly substitute that, and then I will find the value of lambda. That's exactly what we'll do. So get x square plus 3x plus 9 plus 3x ka square, that is 9x square equals to 25. So you have 10x square plus 6x minus 16 equals to 0 is the expression that you have over here. So you can break this out as 10x square plus 16x minus 10x minus 16 equals to 0, and you will get some 2x into 5x plus 8 minus 2 into 5x plus 8 equals to 0. So you get 2x minus 2. Oh, I could have taken a 2 directly cancelled out over there. Doesn't matter. Equals to 0. So I get two values of x. X is equal to 1 or x is equal to minus 8 by 5 over here. Now all I have to do is substitute these over here to get the values of lambda 1 and lambda 2 over here. I will get what? 4 upon 3 lambda plus 1. This is equal to 1. And similarly 4 upon 3 lambda plus 1. This is equal to minus 8 by 5. Okay. So you have 3 lambda plus 1 equals to 4. That will give you 3 lambda is equal to 3. Lambda equals to 1. Similarly over here also cross multiply. We have the two possible values of lambda. The lambda values comes out as one as I told you, and the other one comes as minus 7 by 6 over here. So 12 into minus 7 by 6 plus 29, that's minus 14 plus 29. 15 will be the answer for the question. Okay. It's pure calculation bit left after that. Alright, everyone, the idea is clear. Moving on. What do we have? So C be the set of 6 consonants B, C, D, F, G, H, and V is a set of 5 vowels A, E, I, O, U, and W is a set of 7 letter numbers that can be formed using these 11 letters with the following rules. That the vowels and consonants should be always alternate. No letter can be used more than once in a single word. Okay. So alternate is an easier way to deal with, right? So alternate ke liye I can say that there are two cases. Case number 1, I will start with vowels. Okay. Vowel, consonant, consonant over here. So, oh sorry, how many we need to form? 7 digit number, no? End with vowel as well. The second one would be consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel, and a consonant over here. So for case 1, I can say over here that I need 1, 2, 3, 4 vowels I need to select. So basically out of the 5, I need to select 4 vowels. So 5C4, and I can also arrange those. So 4 factorial multiplied by I need to select 3 consonants. So 6C3 into 3 factorial. And then similarly, if I'm starting with the consonant, now what will I have? I need to first of all select 4 consonants. That's 64 into 4 factorial multiplied by, then I need to select 3 vowels out of the 5. That's 5C3 into 3 factorial. Add these two up, and that gives the answer for the question. Okay, so it comes out as starting with consonant is 21,600. Starting with vowels is 14400. So adding the two of them, we have 36,000 as the total numbers possible. That's equal to 10k, which means k will be equal to what? K will be 3,600. K will be equal to 3,600. This will be the answer for the question. Okay, so that's the standard basic question over here. Moving on. Last question. What do we have here? Limit extending to 1. Sine of 3x square minus 3x plus 1 minus x square plus 1 is minus 2. What is the value of a minus b? Okay. Let's see the form. So if I put extending to 1, I'm getting 3 minus 4 plus 1. That's sine of 0. So I can say that it's tending to 3x square minus 4x plus 1 minus x square plus 1 divided by 2x cube minus 7x square plus ax plus b. Over here, what I have is basically 2x square minus 4x plus 2 upon 2x cube minus 7x square plus ax plus b, which is 2 times x square minus 2x plus 1 upon 2x cube minus 7x square plus ax plus b, which is 2 times x minus 1 ka whole square upon 2x cube minus 7x square plus ax plus b. So what this means is limit extending to 1. So what this means is numerator wala jo function hai, it has repeated 0 of 1, and denominator should also have a repeated 0 of 1, and that is only possible when you have something like this, wherein this point 1 is the solution of this expression, the cubic equation, and also f dash of 1 has to be equal to 0. So what this means is f dash of 1, when you differentiate, what will you get? You will get 6 minus 14 plus a equals to 0. This gives you a equals to 8. And f of 1 mein, when you substitute, you will get 2 minus 7 plus a, which is 8, plus b is equal to 0 over here. So what that gives you? B is equal to minus 3. What are they asked? A minus b, that is 8 minus of minus 3, 11 should be the answer. 11 is the answer for the question. Okay, everyone? So this was another, I would say, little bit easier question. Basic approximation funda of sine is all that you have to use for this. Okay? So that's it for the session and the last question as well. I hope all your doubts were clear, and best of luck for your next exam. Make sure to give all the tests and always go through the questions, find the easy ones, focus on those. Okay? See you next one. Till then. Bye bye guys. Best of luck for your next exams. Bye.